America, buried in never exist. Worry or poor life, those heavenly bliss. When you stepped out of vault number 76, feels like we waited forever for this. Dust off those chips and selection of dips. Rehydrate those ancient celery sticks, 'cause we're gonna have a party down at 76.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Welded Life live stream. I am your host, Welded Life, coming to you live from Sunny, my wife's craft room, here in wacky and wonderfully wild, while wistfully wasteful, the wondrous Western Kentucky, where we will wander and wager that the most recent update is hopefully done. Hopefully it'll be done. Hopefully it's been done. And we can get right into the new season of Fallout 76. My understanding is supposed to be called Test Your Metal. We will find out. First of all, we're going to go get our freebie. I'm not in my Discord yet. I will be there shortly. So for anybody who wanders in and wonders why I'm not yet in my Discord, oh, free PvP player versus PvP. Hey, I'll take it. I probably won't ever use it. But at least now those people who like to do PvP can advertise that shit. Very good. There's a smart move by Bethesda right there. Let me switch on over real quick. I was going to get the freebie, and well, if it'll show me, and it was a freebie in the emotes, and it was called PvP. There it is, right there. And for all those who are into PvP, I think that'd be something they would all want to wear as their icon. I think that would be very helpful to them, and it's probably a smart move by Bethesda to avoid toxicity amongst players. And for the freebie in utility, now I don't know if that's just for those who are Fallout First subscribers or how that works with that one, or either of them for that matter. I think it's just a freebie. Alrighty. So that's all the freebies. I am holding on. Oh, Vault Tech Mega Bundle? What is this? 591. Let's see. Well, it's normally... Hold on. Let's back up. That's with a discount. Oh, normally $18. Let's see what you get for $18. You get a clean toilet. Honestly, if I'm in a post-apocalyptic scenario there, let me go ahead and move my camera just a little bit. Let me be honest with you. We get real with you here, people. If I were in a post-apocalyptic scenario, and somebody said, I will give you a clean toilet, but it's going to cost you $18. Okay, that's a deal. However, that being said, it as a part of a package, which I already own the clean toilet. Let's see, Vault Tech floor and foundation. So what you're looking at there below that toilet is your foundations and floor. Let's see. Wait. Foundation and floor. It must be the carpet. Yeah, that you see there. Foundation and floor. Okay, so those must be the tiles are part of the next tile white floor. Vault fireplace. Kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth getting because I would never really use I don't use a whole lot of home decor, although I do probably like to do one like that. And it's going to have the vault bed, Vault Tech bed, and desk. As you see there, I have all those. I guess I got them free or in some other package or something. The vault nightstand, which I guess that's what that is right there. You can't really see. No. Wait, there it is. There it is. The Vault Tech nightstand. Let's see. Fireplace, nightstand, desk bed, clean industrial fan. For those of y'all who really want to do up something else. See, that doesn't make any sense to the Vault Tech thing because that looks like it would be within their building set, like the brick building set. But, okay. You can say $5 alone just for the fireplace. If I were into getting that, I could go boop, buy all of it for a little bit more. But none of it I'm really terribly worried about. Bubble blower machine. For those of you who want to have friends over, they have bunk beds available. What bunk beds have to do with Wavy Willards? I'll never understand that. Let me get my Discord up while we look at all this stuff here in the featured. All right, get that out of my way. All right. While I try to clear my screen here. Wavy Willards Map. I kind of want to get it, only because I think there might be something to it. I'll probably just go find some good pictures of the Wavy Willards Map, because there may be something to that as far as lore. I always like to say they put stuff in there for a reason. And usually it involves finding more in the lore. And they've hidden a whole lot of stuff, and I imagine there's probably a whole bunch more stuff. Maybe they found a place. They may have left place markers inside of the game for stuff they have not uploaded because it's not to be uploaded until a certain date because of insert reason here. I like to theorize on things, as y'all know. Mega Mansion, or what is it? A Mega Mansion. This is a makeshift Mega Mansion. This is what we call the trailer park special for the guy who's just way too much free time on his hands as a welder, and just wants to look like, you know, like he's all that in a bag of chips. Well, you ain't Ruffles. You ain't Lay's. You got great value, greasy chip. That's all it is with this shit. All right. Camp structure starter bundle. So for so it would be let's see, 2300, 2500. But it'd be $21 for that. Now I do like the idea that you can just throw one of these down and it's your camp is ready to go. So that's kind of a good thing for those who like to just have a camp on the fly, something like that. You know it's a camp. You know it's a camp, and I do like the Blood Eagle thing. So it is neat that they're doing that. Pose bundle for $3.20. I can get. That's what that one guy was doing in the stream. He was just like he would move forward a little bit, and he'd get sliding back into that. No, I'm not paying $3.20 for two poses I'll never use. I have no interest in. Stars and Stripes has matte paint. What up, Shan? We are reviewing all the stuff they've got listed on here. Oh, this here's a mega temptation for me. Y'all don't understand. I really want them. I got 6 days to decide if I want that fly fishing outfit. Not interested. Vault Tech Fountain, it's okay. It's not the Mothman or nothing. So, Jacqueline Loot Bag Camo Turret Set, Super Mutant. What is this? Super Mutant. What is it? Icon? Oh yeah, just I can't play as a Super Mutant. I don't want the Super Mutant icon. So yeah, Bethesda. I am not in my Discord yet, but anybody wants to join me, I am in there as of. Shen's already waiting on me. Morning, sir.
Morning.
We are. I'm going over all the stuff in the thing here, as you can sure have heard.
Oh, I've been watching.
Because oftentimes, like, here's my thing. Let's see, what's it? Let's see, where is it at? It's in this one, isn't it? I know it is. Let's see, where's it at? The one thing I have a big beef with, like, a lot of this stuff's pretty cool. Even like $2.50 is, I think, is a little pricey for the stash boxes. But you go to the Raider stash box. This is the one that pisses me off. Now we've discussed this before. Like, I look at the handle, and based on the handle and what I'm seeing as far as how the metal's folded and bent and stuff, that metal's not really thick enough to support a weld that wide. A weld,
Yes, I remember this conversation
maybe. And this is what I'd forgotten about my point when we were talking because I wasn't looking at it. Okay, so you figure the average trunk that size is about, let's say shoulder width, let's say 3 foot wide.
now.
And
Sure.
I'm being generous in the sparing of the size, okay?
Of course.
Which means that those weld beads on them, if you you break it down halfway, that's a foot and a half right through the A, which means half of that, which is a foot and a quarter, which means from the A to between the S and the T, roughly, is a foot and a quarter. Those weld beads are an inch wide. Not quite an inch wide, but close. The number one undercut, which it doesn't show any, which is a big problem there. It's welded behind the structure of what's already there. Like you see the little bars and supports on the center of it on each side.
Yeah.
The weld passes behind it. This is unless this looks like, because you can see it at the bottom of the center, that's all part of the central structure of the entire piece there. It's not a separate piece that sits behind those raised elements there.
Peace.
And I look at all this as from a welding perspective, and I go, "Fuck you, Bethesda. Fuck you, Todd."
I believe it.
Oh. And every time I look at it, I go, "No, I'm not seeing this." I mean, I do like the fact they thought well enough to stack the dimes. You can see the stack. I can't zoom in on it, but you can see stacked dimes where they weld. Now, I'd like to get a good closer look at where they change directions to see what it looks like, to really judge their welds, see if they know what they're doing. But odds are they contacted a machine shop who's got an automated welder, and they said, "This is what we want on there. Bet. These are the lines we want. I want them to weld it, and I want it to, They discussed where they wanted it to stop in the middle of the T, what should lay over what on the intersection of every letter, like where the T crosses, where the A crosses, with its central, the one that the part of the A that goes through left to right, and where stuff should line up as far as what should start where." So they just program the automated welder to go bet, and it knows where to start, it knows what lines and what order to do stuff in. But and then they just laid that out, took a picture of it, and turned it into stuff. Turned it into skins, or is that what they're calling? We used to call them skins back in the day. What do they call them now in computers?
They're still skins.
Okay, they're still skins. Okay, I'm 40 years old, fucker. It's like, damn, I gotta make sure. No, you ain't gotta react. You know what this is. This is me just running my mouth.
Yes.
So you're like, hey, no, wait. This is me just running my mouth. I'm like, hey,
You're good.
fuckers, y'all gotta realize some of these terms people use now, they've changed a little bit, but sometimes I catch it. Like they'll say, I don't remember what it was the other day. Somebody said something, and I said, "What the hell? Oh, that's what they're talking about. We used to call it that. Oh, ain't that cute?" Oh, them youngins got their own language now. It's sweet. I'm in rare form today. Because I don't have to go. They rescheduled my surgery, so I went and got Q-tip jammed and scraped up in my nostrils for nothing yesterday. So I was kind of heated about that.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't like being tested. I don't like going to the doctor. I don't have COVID. I'm healthy as a horse.
Yes.
And that's why I don't like having things jammed up in my nose unnecessarily. And,
I can wholeheartedly agree. Oh, God.
Captain!
It's me.
About fucking time you showed up. It's a captain.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Starhawk.
So, how's everybody doing today?
No surgery for me today. They rescheduled for next Wednesday.
I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I was all worked up about it, and I was like, all right, let's just go do this. I was calling, making sure because they were supposed to call me the night before, or afternoon or evening before, tell me what time to be there in the morning, and then I was like, okay, good, let's go, let's do this. And I was like, okay, well, if I now know last minute, we're good to go. So there had been some my insurance is changing over companies. One company's buying accounts from another or something like that, and my account, nothing changes for me, so it really doesn't matter. None of my costs or anything change, but
Right.
it's being shifted. It's shifting over, and on the first, so they're like, okay, your insurance is shifting over. Make sure you get us your cars. Make sure, and you're going to need to have them resubmit the. You have your primary care or whoever sent the referral in to the person through the carpal tunnel. So there's their wrist and hand doctor over at that place. Have them send it over. Have that send referral over again, so we can resubmit it and pre-authorize the operation. I mean, it's not like I'm going in for open heart surgery. This is carpal tunnel surgeries, minimally invasive. Well, I'd say minimally moderately invasive. It's the low side of moderate. It's not like they're doing anything major. They're making a little room in my wrist so that it doesn't choke out the nerve, to choke the nerves to death, and my fingers draw all up. So I go, okay. So I did all this running around and calling, and at one point I had to take my cousin over to. Actually, he goes to the same place, to the doctor's, the same office that I go to. Says, well, while I'm there, I'll just give them. I had already received my new insurance card from the new company, so I'll just take that over and I'll give that to them. They'll scan it in, and that way they'll have it on file. It means that because where I'm having the surgery done is also tied to this office, so they'll both have it at that point. And I can go ahead, since that was the doctor there was the one that did the referral thing, I'll just have them send it back over so they can pre-cert. Nope, not a fucking chance. So they go. So I get over there. I give them the card. Okay, no, it's not a chance. My cousin's going in. He's going in and having ablations done on his back. He has the same problem. He's my cousin, so I have a genetic condition called spinal stenosis. Look it up. It's not pleasant. And and he does too. And he's 6 or 7 years older than me, something like that. And he goes in for those, and he finally got over here where he's going to the same doctor I am, after fighting with other doctors who were jackasses here in town.
Happens a lot anymore.
Well, I understand there are people who. My grandmother was the worst. She used to doctor hop. She's doctor shopping. She would go to doctor after doctor and getting medicines, and she had so many medicines and stuff. Like my tables. I got one of these, like what's this, a 5-footer, 6-foot table here. I got my plastic table. I got my stuff on. She probably had a third of it, of like a chest of drawer with the mirrors, or that would be a dresser, covered with pill bottles, just side by side, lined up, for medicines that she got from all these doctors. And I remember one time going over her house and talking to her. Well, how you doing, Grandma? And she's just staring at the TV. I go, Grandma, are you okay? And she finally turns and looks at me, and her eyes are glazed over. Her eyes look like fucking glazed donuts. I mean, she was gone. And I was like, this is bad. Well, my mom later, once I was living away other than the state at that point, the ex-wife and whatnot. She my grandmother needed care, so my mother took her into her home, and got her bedroom set there, which was a heavy old school wooden bed set, which I got. She gave it to me because it got broken. I was the only one in the family that knew how to fix anything, because my brother's, well, he's not masculine in that respect. He's got attitude, but he ain't got nothing on the.
No bite.
Yeah, pretty much. He'd sooner use a high-speed hole punch, if you get what I'm saying, as to actually, throw down with somebody. But she brought her and started cutting her off of her medicines, right? And she realized, because she was talking to her doctors, because she had power of attorney, that a lot of the medicines she was taking, and she started listing them off to me. I was like, that sounds about like what she takes. I started looking it up too. Yeah, some of these medicines, the reactions they have, when you take them together, it's insane what they do to you. As far as how they just keep you just fucked up in the head. You're tripping hard. You're tripping balls.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even like a fun trip. I mean, I don't know how she would. And my grandmother, bless her heart, and that's not me swearing at her in Southern. Um, she was a wonderful woman. She just had problems with substance abuse. But like I said, me and my cousin were there. And so I was like, give it the card. They go, okay. And I go, hey, make sure you send that letter over or resubmit that referral over to them so they can pre-cert. Oh, no. We got that from that. Then she named the company out. My insurance was through. I go, yeah. She goes, no, that's a mistake. Something went out mistakenly. You got that phone call before we caught that you don't actually need it. Code Monkey. Holy shit. Welcome back, my friend. And thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the
Yeah,
subscribe.
Code Monkey. He
Oh,
threw
God.
out 5 subs at my channel the other day.
Oh, God. Thank you so much, Code Monkey. I'm honored that you noticed, number one, that you are here. Number two, that you noticed that I'm finally affiliated. Or I don't know if you were here for that. But yeah, I really don't need to be spending your money on me, but I do appreciate it. Once I get to 15 subs from my sub points, I am going to have a karaoke night. And I'll probably have people come in on the Discord and we'll
Oh God,
do a
you're gonna sing?
Not just me, anybody else.
Oh, for the jeez, it's gonna sound like
It's a
a bag
community
of cats
karaoke.
being run over by a car.
I know I call it Caterwauling, but nobody believes me. Well, thank you for the bits, Captain.
Completely disagree.
Don't you do it?
You're
No,
like
not all.
this.
You're now. It will
Oh
be now.
boy, looks like
No,
we
Code
got
Code
a hype
Monkey.
train. A hype train's
Code
gonna be
Monkey,
taking
if
off.
you do it,
We
I
say
will not
one
have
more
the karaoke
person
night.
to
If you,
launch
it cannot be. It
Oh.
cannot be just you,
Calm.
Code Monkey. It cannot be just you, Code Monkey. A hype train is close. Sub gifted.
Yeah.
What the hell is a hype
We need
train?
one more person either need to give bits or a
Oh,
sub, and then we'll launch the hype train. Yes.
I'm going
yes.
back to self-deprecating humor. Screw this shit.
Yes.
But come to find out, I get all this stuff done. And I'm like, okay. They'll call, and I call yesterday. I'm like, they haven't called me to tell me when to be in that morning. I got my swab, so I call them. I'm on my way home. Yeah, that's right, Code Monkey. There with another one. Appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Son of a bitch. Anyway, maybe I should just try reverse psychology in the future on
You
people.
are doing reverse psychology
Whatever
right
you
now.
do, don't pay for sub. Don't do no subbing now. Y'all don't do no
That's
subbing.
definitely not going to help.
Yeah, I understand that. I wasn't doing it on purpose. It just happened. So I said to I get all this stuff done. I'm waiting on the day of. I'm getting my swab. And what's tomorrow? It's getting late. It's afternoon, man. They're back from lunch. It's like 1 o'clock. I'm like, okay, it's after lunch. I had some errands to run. I'm at least gonna be nice to the Cap. Oh, you don't have to be nice to him. He's an asshole.
Well, duh. Especially when it comes to freaking welded here. I'm a complete asshole.
Oh, I expect.
But then again, he throws it right back at my face too, so it's all right.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is, I can just have this little. I have this little thing over here where I can just click mute, and now he can't talk. How about that, Captain?
Fantastic.
Captain, remain silent if I am superior to you. See how that works? Mute button. Love it.
Only worked one way.
Well, see, my audio Discord set to run through my desktop, so literally I can click the mute button and nobody can hear him. Not even me. It's just mute.
Yeah, well, that makes one of us.
Oh, he responded, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
We love the Captain here.
Yeah,
means
you
I
get
just
2 doctorates and then you tell me how fucking smart you are, you bastard.
Okay, well, just tell that to all the welds on your Megabot. Your Mega Mech.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
Debatable.
You will mutilate the welds on that, and I'm having internet issues.
That's why I'm taking a bunch of practice metal and doing it that way. That way I don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
By the way, your stream is down.
Yeah, I realize that I'm having OBS issues at the moment. Everything may be crashing.
You gotta be kidding me.
I had the same problem yesterday. I'm coming back today, damn it. This is happening.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. That's always the way it works. Well, every single time, right when you want to get something done, shit goes wrong. Tell me
Here.
how true that is.
Oh, OBS crashed, and I've updated. There's it tells me I'm still running OBS when I'm not running OBS. Okay, let's try this again.
You're running OBS, but you're not running OBS.
That's what it says. All right, so that's what.
Is that a double negative?
I tried to launch OBS, and it tells me I am already running OBS. You know the error message. Or you want to launch anyway? OBS freaking. There
so
it goes.
it's a what do you call it?
People fucking with me issue is what it is. Let's see. What's that? Chat. There it is.
Technology fail.
All right, so we
I
got it.
love
So I didn't go down. I just sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah,
Disconnection.
appreciate you throwing that in the messages there, Shin.
No worries.
But
Happy to help.
we're having a big hiccup. It did this the other day when I was playing around at the first, and then my stream went well. It crashed at the end, but I know why that was. I had some updates I had to do. So let's go ahead and today's new scoreboard. No, it's not. I hadn't updated yet.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Pretty sure it's next week.
No, it's supposed to be today, the 1st.
It's supposed to be the 14th.
14th. No.
That's what I was told.
I was.
What's wrong?
That's what Google says.
They do the seasons and scoreboards on here, and I had seen somewhere. What season are we currently on? And
Season 8.
8.
Season 8 and what? The
Scoreboard.
for what?
Fallout 76.
Oh,
You do the
that.
scoreboard, and
Okay.
you get the little bonuses as you complete the scoreboard for completing daily ops or daily challenges or whatever. Let's see.
Looking at it right now, it says.
I'm headed there too.
Season 3 even went 133 days. Ridiculous.
See, where was it? I read somewhere it was June 1st. It was a reliable thing. Maybe it was on one of the forums or something.
I think what it is, they pushed it back a little.
And here I was.
Approximately 3 months. Go ahead.
The 14th. Code Monkey says the 14th. Oh, jeez. Well, now I feel bad because I was like, new season, new scoreboard. So now today's episode's a lie.
Well, it's not a lie. It's just misinformation.
There's a lot of that going around.
Uh-huh.
So, any of you guys been watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi series? New episode came out last night.
No, I haven't. Look, there's so much stuff on my to watch before I kick the bucket list that if I'm going to wait till I'm probably about 60 and then just start watching and just tell everybody around me to fuck off. Because by then, you know, with Teresa, my wife Teresa's health and stuff, you know, she has Loeys-Dietz syndrome, which means not only does she easily dislocate, she's liable to have aneurysms, and her mother passed they discovered this genetic issue, and they tracked it down that it is a genetic issue because her mother passed away at the age of 38 when her internal organs ruptured. Some of them ruptured, and she bled to death in her sleep.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, and some of them wanted to attribute her mother's passing to other things more akin to the discussion about my grandmother and her problems. But toxicology says otherwise. And we got that directly from some of her family that were there for those reports. So we started looking at that. So at the age of 60, I'll probably be a widower. I'm just mentally preparing myself for the absolute fucking worst. I have to. Not a lie if you talk about it. Yeah, well, at least we realized that there was a mistake was made. I want to go find who had that information for me because I found it. Well, it's a little month or so ago. So now what do I do? Anyway, I was excited about a new season.
Yeah, you still got 2 weeks, unfortunately.
Fuck.
So
Otherwise, there would have been an update today.
yeah, I
Oh,
like
first
that
time.
logic.
Oh, look. Oh, I must be getting I must be getting famous. I've got a bot. Oh, Gordy M1234. Oh, you bought her. Get out of here.
So I will tell you this: I'm gonna have a prediction for that one female inquisitor,
Okay.
and a lot of people ain't gonna like it.
Oh, careful. What are we doing here? Hold on.
Doing a prediction.
Okay.
All right, so the third sister, I do not know her name, but everyone's like having some kind of hyped up gripe against her for some fucking reason, and I don't know why. But I'm gonna, yeah, I'm going to call it and say that she dies a violent, gruesome death. Because okay, so we all know that she doesn't get to kill Kenobi
Yeah,
because he
obviously.
makes it.
Yeah, into the
Yeah, he makes it into episode
4,
four,
4, 5, and
right?
6. Yeah, he's there in 4, 5, and 6. So impossible. Or well, for 4, yeah. He makes it into
Yeah,
the start of the final 3.
exactly. So he fights Vader on the Death Star.
Vader
So we
gets
know that's not going to
Vader
happen.
gets the
We know
kill.
that.
I am gonna deafen myself. Spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying that it's pretty obvious to anybody who's been watching. We know that Leia's going to make it because she's like in the first 3 trilogy. She's in 4, 5, and 6, and she even makes it into her elderly age.
She has to.
Yeah, so we know that. No, she's not going to die. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that she's gonna die a horrible, violent death, and it's probably gonna be at the hands of Vader because, uh, how many times have we actually seen him go whole hog on somebody? In what Rogue One, there was like the scene in the hallway where he just decimates all those soldiers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even
So
yeah.
and every single time that somebody disappoints him or fails him, it's the good old flash and force choke, and he snaps their neck or something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that she goes out that way, or she gets ran through with his lightsaber. Because, well, I mean, she's overzealous. She's an overachiever. She's trying to get noticed. She's trying to get favor with Vader, and I see it backfiring horribly for her. I see that she's gonna get killed.
Yeah. Okay. Quick question to you, and yeah, I've got to get caught up on all that. I haven't watched any of the Obi-Wan stuff. It's on Disney Plus, and I don't have that presently. And I love
Okay.
I love the Star Wars stuff, and I've even had people tell me about the books and stuff, how they work real closely to make sure with the Mandalorian stuff about the Mandalorian tribes and stuff, keeping that in tow with the lore of the world and lore of the universe, and making sure that everything was copacetic and.
Which it is.
And which I love the fact that they were so diligent. Due diligence and stuff like that is amazing. But it's just
What did I go over? Did I go
no,
too far?
no. If I want to watch something, like I didn't go too far. I mean, it just things. It's like, okay, a good example is the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, right? Yeah, when it comes to the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. Oh, that's right. I was doing this last time. When I first started reading the Dark Tower series, the last 1 or 2 books hadn't come out, and my ex-wife loved the Dark Tower series. I mean, that was her jam. That was her jam, jelly, and her toast. I mean,
Never heard anybody put it that way.
well, you ain't been to the South apparently.
No, thank God.
Yeah, don't even say that when you're up in Iowa.
Hey, I like Iowa. I don't have to deal with a whole lot of crap.
But hey, Hack. But with those, what it was that with the Dark Tower series, like she was all up in them. She had read all the books, and she was wanting to read and reread and reread and reread. And she's like, "Well, yeah, he's been working on it. It's his magnum opus. It's his greatest thing ever." And blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, well, I started listening to one of the books. She had an audio tape she was playing because she couldn't check it out of the library, so she had the book on CD. And I was listening to it being read, and I was like, this does sound kind of interesting. It was the one. It was, I can't remember which book it was, where they're on the train that talks, and it tells a riddle. Yeah, and if you didn't answer right before they die. If they don't answer before the train stops, I think it was, or whatever, they die. Well, I'll start reading these books because, I mean, you done for fuel? Oh, they canceled my surgery. It's been rescheduled for next Wednesday. Not done for the fuel. Oh, fuel. I have not completed the fuel yet today. I'm probably ought to go up to that area. I'm over encumbered. And so I was like, I'll start reading them. Sure enough, I'll start reading them. Why not? There's no reason for me not to. So I get the first book, and I start reading, and it's good. You know, Stephen King, though people say his stuff is, rinse, wash, repeat. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Say it all you want. It may be a little bit. His stuff may be a little formulaic for sure.
Oh yeah, but you'll have that.
Once they figure out what the rhythm works for them, I can't really blame them for, if it works, do it, But I started reading, and I got to the scene in the first book. And that scene is where Roland, your main protagonist, is sitting at a campfire. He's wounded. I think he's wounded, if I recall, and he's just trying to recover. Sitting there at the campfire, because he's chasing down Walter Flag, or whatever he's called in his universe. Walter Randall Flagg is who he's called, and when you watch the movie, what's the Stephen King movie, The Stand? Yeah, Stephen King's The Stand, where it's the end of the world scenario. Well, he's whatever his name is in his universe, he's chasing him, and he can't. He's wounded or whatever, and the guy shows up at his camp because he knows that he can't do anything, and they have a conversation, and it's in this conversation as I'm reading, and I go, honey, I know how this is going to end. And she goes, how? Like this. And I tell her, she goes, no. Stephen King, this is his magnum opus. He wouldn't do that to his readers. I go, yes, he would, and he's gonna. Now, no, I do not do excavator power armor. This is the only only reason I have this set is because it allows me to haul more stuff, and I'm a hoarder. So I tell her this, and over the course of we were married for 13 years, and we were together for 15. So, it's a good span of time there. But during that time, additional books came out. And she started reading them, of course. So the next to last book come out. The book 6 come out, or maybe it was already out, or something to that effect. So, and then finally the last one comes out. Now I know it's coming. I know she's just going to come there where I work because we sold books there, and she's going to check it out. She's going to come up there and sit in my store and read the book, and that's going to be what she's going to do. Why is it still? What? So she does, and I can see, you know, she's just pretty fast. She was a pretty fast reader too. So I'm watching her read, and I can see she's getting close. And finally, I see I'm rounding the corner, and I see her put the book down. She closes it and sets it down in her lap. Now, I've been waiting very nearby, getting me a cup of coffee and standing there. Almost wanted to do the arrogant sip because I can tell from the way she closes the book, it ain't good. So I go, how'd it end? And all I get 2 words out of her. Shut up. That's it. 2 words.
Apparently, it ended exactly how you said it was going to
I
end.
go, yeah, so, you said I was right? Shut up. That's all I get. She goes, they wouldn't exactly like, no, I give a broad stroke. I didn't paint a detailed picture like a psychic. Well, the character's going to end up with 2 out of 10 fingers and missing 3 toes kind of prediction. I gave a general prediction for how it was going to end. And I was right. She was so mad.
Like that.
I never finished the book series. I read the first one. If I can predict it like that, I don't know. Sure, I wanted to read the rest of it.
So you only get 2 words out of her. Something tells me that you slept on the couch that night.
Nope. She was more upset with Stephen King than she was with me. Just because I predicted it. Like, I saw the writing on the wall.
Predictable?
Well, it wasn't that it was terribly predictable. It's that it was.
Lash out at you for ruining the end.
It wasn't that it was terribly predictable because I didn't give like details on characters, how their stories are going to end in the end. What I did do is I surmised the ending overall. Wait, this is not where I need to be. You ruined it.
What you're telling me is you ruined the end of the book for her.
Well, she was just mad because I was right. It was more of me being right than anything else. 2K points for favorite song? No, I don't barter. It's 3. It's 3 and 3 on. I set my prices, and they are fair. The hell? That ghoul just fell out of the actual fuck? Okay. Oh, control tab. Let's see.
You're full of horse shit, you know that?
Why you say that?
Because it's you. And I'm your pal, so I can call you that.
I need to go get. Oh, pull up that from yesterday because I don't remember. I don't have my list anymore. Oh, I don't do the Crusader pistol. It's yeah. You might as well just script that shit.
So I found out something very disappointing, and it broke my little heart. A little geeky art.
Okay, what was that?
I found out that Hasbro has scrapped the Transformers video game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that for you. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy.
Yeah, but this here's the deal. It was gonna be an MMORPG.
Oh well.
Basically, think World of Warcraft,
Yeah,
except in the world of Transformers.
that would be pretty neat. So people can play as different Autobots or Decepticons.
No, you create your own.
Like I said, you can play as your own. If I meant like
Yeah,
create a character, that sounds pretty neat.
I don't know a single person who wouldn't play something like that.
Oh, I definitely, if they had a trial version or something like that on there, I'd definitely give it a go.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wasn't like, I mean, I grew up Voltron and GI Joe and Transformers on Saturday mornings, after when I woke up in the morning on the weekends for that, So I'm completely down with that was just what was for me. Honestly.
Well, yeah, but the reason why Hasbro scrapped it is because what is Hasbro?
Toy company.
Right. So how are they supposed to make a profit? A toy company is supposed to make a profit off a video game.
Well, here's the thing. Think about it this way. Yes, it's very possible to do so. If they thought about it logically, they could get away with it. Every game, like, think about City of Heroes in its basic form. Would have been easy for them to market to somebody like Hasbro, with all the 3D printing technology now, especially even more so. You have 3D printers, or maybe parted out certain, to companies, or have their manufacturers make exactly what the pieces, everything that puts together your hero. Where they can scale it up, scale it down, up, because they had limits to the size. So it wasn't like they were going to be out like more plastic. They just somebody could make their character. They could say, "This is my character from City of Heroes, and this is the size of everything," and then get charged an amount.
So basically, what you're saying is that exactly the same shit that I've said.
Yeah, basically. I'm sorry. I'm playing the game. So 3D printing
you're fine.
3D printing the character piece by piece and put it together. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that, if they really wanted to make a profit off of that kind of stuff, they have certain you want to actually build your character, right?
Yeah. Have the NPC,
so
have the
you can either do
NPCs.
it one of two ways. Two ways.
NPCs, and then you can you pay a bunch more to have your own custom one done. But then, of course, they would own the rights to it. So if you're like a streamer like me and you make a character and something big, well, we own the rights to that. We can sell it like an action figure, or maybe in part. They could come down the road to stuff like partner and affiliate stuff for.
Well, here's my thought about it. Since Hasbro's a toy company, and if you actually wanted to make like your own personal customized Transformer in an MMORPG world, you have the option of either going out and buying a standard set from a store, and then customizing it that way. Because let's face it, if you really want to do like an actual Transformers game, where you want to build your own robot, you use light chip technology. And then light chip technology would actually program the toy with certain experience points and things like that you earn in game.
Yeah.
And then, or if you wanted it to, because this was just my thought about it.
I'm not playing handguns on this character. Go ahead.
There was like, what was it? You know, because like toy companies, you know, they're not gonna make any money unless they make toys, right?
Yeah.
They license the shit out to certain people, and when they realize that they're not making enough money, they just fucking cancel it. That's a lot. It's exactly what they fucking did with a
Yeah.
lot of shit. There was a game called Transformers Universe
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
It was a shooter. Third person. It was supposed to be like an MMO, but it wasn't. It was still in the beta testing phase.
Yeah.
They advertised it all over Facebook,
Yeah.
but it never went anywhere because um, Hasbro pulled the plug. So,
Hmm.
but if you wanted to say, you could either do it one of three ways, right?
Yeah.
So you can just play the game, find parts in the game, build your robot or build your character in the game, and not have a physical copy of it in the real world.
Right.
Or you could go out, buy a base model set with a light reading pad, and then it comes with a standard model set. A scout class, warrior class, science class, and a titan class.
Oh,
And
here's
you decide.
I'll go a step further with you. They could sell you the whatever they call the design patterns for these 3D printers out. They could sell those out as well for somebody who's wanting to 3D who want to do their own 3D printing and stuff. You hello, huh?
Dude, can't even hear this guy. Who is
Shin,
that?
it's Shin.
Shit, we can't even hear
Stop eating your microphone. You sound like that. You sound like the overhead at Walmart. Peggy, we need a on aisle 7. On aisle 7. Wah, 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 wah. Oh wait, I need to get stuff. There you go. Enunciate. It's funny. It's bad when a Southern tells you to enunciate.
Shut the fuck. What it is the fucking earpiece that I'm using is underneath the headset. So the mouth, what do you call it? The mic was being covered, so therefore you couldn't hear me. And I'd forgotten that I was using that for where I was connected to you with.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is that if they technically with 3D printing, you have to buy the
file.
plans anyway.
File,
Yeah,
or
anyway.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
So really, I mean, it's but what you guys are thinking about is like the movie Toy Soldiers, almost, but in not real life.
Except these things don't come alive and kill people.
Hence, not real life.
Yeah. I mean, it would be really neat to see. There's so many avenues they could pursue on that were like even just selling. Number one, selling the rights to somebody to manufacture custom Transformers or whatever, and having them licensed it and pay them a chunk. Which that means they're not having to do anything but literally just rake the money and let somebody else do the hard work, heavy lifting.
Pretty much.
Selling the and then turn around, as long as they don't have anything in their contracts about the files to 3D print, they could do that, and they could double up on that. I got people who pay a subscription fee to be able to use, like they can only use them directly off of their website or something. That means that they get a subscription fee. So people are making it on the side to make money. You're getting them anyway.
Yeah, you're overcomplicating it.
Yeah, well, maybe, but maybe not.
See, basically, my idea was, since they are a toy company and they want to work hand in hand with a video game company, right?
Right.
Making a quality video game. So basically, the video game company could design a whole bunch of in-game parts or stuff like that for the game, or even stuff that's like uber rare. You could call it like the uber rare stuff, prime level stuff, to
Yeah.
go along with the theme of the
Optimus Prime
universe.
or Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
There you go.
or,
I mean,
or Prime, I should say. And those are like maybe 1 in 100 pieces that you'll ever find.
yeah.
Okay? Go out there. You can
Sell it
either
like
order them
Lego.
off
Sell it like Legos, basically.
Yeah, order them off order them off a website or try to find them in the store. But if you want a fully customizable toy robot that will transform, but also uses the light chip technology to sync with the game, so the parts that you have installed on it are link up with the ones in the game, earns experience points.
Yeah, that seems a little overdone as well.
You're just going to Skylanders at that point.
Yeah, you're Skylanders, and yeah, you're Skylanders at that point. That was done, and I don't know how well. How well did Skylanders do? Anybody know?
Fucking terrible.
Okay, well there you go. That's probably why they didn't want to go that route. But I say just selling the rights for somebody to manufacture custom ones for those who don't have 3D printers, and then just selling the files for those who just want to buy it to make their own or whatever, or sell subscription fees. Is I put a lot of words into that, but that's basically two things you're doing. And as long as you make sure that your legal team is on point, it shouldn't be a problem, and you can make some money off that. You don't have to make money hand over fist, but you will make consistent money. And then all you have to do is about focus on getting shit into the game. You can pump money into a game which has no physical overhead other than your staff.
Or you can, well, with the toys, you could use like a UPC code or something like that for the parts that you buy to plug it into the game. So the parts that you buy in real life
Come with a code or
you
something
could
on
use
them,
the
yeah.
UPC code and then use.
Well,
put
once
that
again,
part in game.
when you deal with codes and stuff like that, it needs to be something more like you have to deal with. I would assume that they would probably want to go more along the lines of what's the word I'm looking for here? Specific codes, not UPC codes. Because a universal product code means that, okay, now I have a universal product code. Here, copy and paste this into yours, and you've got it too, for free. Versus doing the
okay,
like
the one-time use code on that you scratch off.
Right, there you go.
That you could only get if you open up the packaging, and the packaging would have to be like this reinforced shit. But I get what you're saying, and this probably what it would have to be. Or you could order a completely customizable robot off of the website. They build it for you, but they send you the code like in about a week or so after you ordered the robot.
Yeah, but
So
clearly,
basically
what we're at here is that there's clearly is a right way they could have done this to make it happen, and that's just cut and dry.
Essentially,
corporate greed is what ended up killing any kind of cool projects, and that's what it is.
That's what kills everything.
America fucking kills fun. That's what they do.
It always
they
does.
Look for profit, and whenever they can't make a profit off of something, even if it's something that people like,
yeah,
they kill it. And I'm just sorry, but that's just really sad.
Well, City of Heroes.
Well, yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't try to capitalize, like bring it back with like a newer game engine or something like that. Once
they were talking about
superhero movies took off.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, they should have. If they had stuck around with it and just kept it running, and even on like a free level like they were doing, and just let it run, and just basically maintain for the sake of updates to make sure that it still functions with newer operating systems.
Yeah.
Exactly, Code Monkey, exactly.
Because then, you would have run across people were complaining about not having new enough content and shit like that. And with the whole thing with Blizzard happening, that the game was doomed right from the start. So let me just so when World of Warcraft came out in 2004, it was pretty much the ultimate refined version of a video game. All right. Now you see the action bars and some of the stuff that they used from the game was strictly, directly taken from City of Heroes.
Yeah.
Exactly how it works. The design looked a little bit differently, but the
What was the game?
functionality was exactly the same.
What was the game?
City of Heroes.
No,
And
what?
World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft took a lot of the base elements from City of Heroes and put it into their game. It's not too uncommon for video game developers to do that. However, there was a lawsuit, a legal lawsuit that was put into place that Blizzard actually they finally settled, and this is the reason why they never had player housing. Because during the development of City of Heroes, they had a base portal system where you could go out, earn certain types of base pieces, where you earn cash from it, like influence points. You buy stuff, and then you build your bases accordingly.
Right.
Well, there was a thing that Blizzard was doing. It was similar. It was the player housing, but City of Heroes ended up beating it too. So what happened was that they ended up going through this big legal process, and this is the reason why City of Heroes never went past level 50. Is that fine? We're gonna do this and that and the other, but you can't raise your level cap past 50. You can have your little base building, but you can't raise your level cap past 50.
Yeah.
If you do that, we'll drop the lawsuit. It's a gist of what happened.
That's just sad.
So they did that, and there you have it. That's why we'll never have. That's why we'll never have player housing in World of Warcraft, and why the level cap was never went past 50 in City of Heroes. But then again, if you really want to take a look at some of the stuff that they've been doing, this new expansion, Dragonflight, there's like a lot of stuff that was taken from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. It's just, I'm all about some originality. That's a lot of the reason I like MMOs like I do. I mean, it's because you have that, you can, especially the ones that allow you to play your own customizable character. I mean, if like this, you really only thing you really do is the whole. You don't really adjust the height, but you adjust the, they muscular, they skinny, they fat. What does their face look like? Scars.
Right.
You get to feel ingratiate with. I didn't even look. I need to look at that. You can ingratiate yourself with the character, and it's really something that you can. It connects you more to the game.
Right. So what I was thinking, they could have done for this Transformers MMO was that they could have. I would have loved to see a Cup story corner. Like you could do like these dungeons. You could relive some of Cup's old war stories.
Yeah.
This story corner would be where all the Dinobots would be sitting around listening to Cup's war stories. And here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have watched Mandalorian season 2, or even the Book of Boba Fett, but they brought back it's like de-aged Mark Hamill, or did something where they took his previous voice lines of some kind of program.
They just CG'd him to be younger. They do it to a lot of actors in movies
they took his voice and they used some kind of a new program technology where all he had to do is gather up enough of his voice.
Sound bites, yeah.
Sound bites and whatnot, and they recreated his voice into a synthesizing program. So anything anybody said came out as that voice. You could do the same thing with Cup. So it can actually sound like that guy.
It's just a voice modulator.
Yeah, it's a voice modulator. The AI can read how, like, you and I would say things and know that there's certain inflections we're going to put on things. and it just knows to scope it out when they just type words in. It's like a speech text to speech font or program.
Right. So I think that's what they need to do. They should have done. And of course, you know, when you want, you know, in order to earn, you know, like your, like if you wanted to change up like a vehicle mode, or you know, you go out and scan a vehicle and whatnot, that'd be like your vehicle mode. Or if you wanted to, say, if you wanted to get around faster, like a flight mode, you can either opt out to get like become a triple changer and get a flight mode, or get leg boosters to allow you to fly. Or maybe even a jetpack. I'm flexible.
Queen is literally rolling on the ground.
Rolling like done, dead, or starting?
Like she's alive, but she's just rolling.
Oh, I gotta see that.
This is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna record.
I need to do litter boxes today.
I can't wait to see this Scorched Beast Queen rolling around on the ground.
Yeah, she's alive, but she's just laying. She's just dead to the ground now.
Lord,
But she's alive.
hot minute. Hell, I haven't picked up, and yeah,
She
so
got stopped by a bunch of
long
trees.
time. Yes, I know.
Jesus, Morgan Freeman's 85? Sure doesn't look it.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's been around since Moses, the days of Moses.
He's Star Legendary.
Where?
Scorched Beast flying out. And dead.
Yeah, I hit it.
Good.
Ha
Alright, gentlemen. I'm gonna take off.
You have good in there, Captain. Good to have you along.
Yeah, me rambling on about shit.
Well, that's what you do.
You do too.
Yeah, I do.
Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna try. You do the same there, Captain. All right, now off to the races. Oh, somebody's wanting to do a daily.
I did make it a daily ops team, so. Because I haven't done it yesterday's yet.
That's fine. Somebody just being a dick over here. That's fine. I got my own.
What's up?
Nothing. I'm just. Dropping some stuff off at the camp real quick.
Okay.
Alright. I'll join you in the daily op.
And I'll be right there.
Hopefully they didn't start without anybody.
Well, they're calling us out, so I'm guessing not.
Well, why'd you set it as a daily? Oh, that's right, because you needed to do the daily op. Never mind. Answer my own
Correct.
question.
This is the Brotherhood of Steel. Greetings from uplinks in this area have stopped coming through.
Oh, they're already started.
Fix 'em.
They would have just
Like the signal
done so.
repeater's
I'm
gold
guessing.
too. Head there and repair it first. On the double team. Signal repeater is looking good. Time to head to the first uplink. Beginning signal calibration.
I didn't even see what it was today.
Watch for enemy contact.
It's score. All I've seen is a blood bug in here.
It's scorched. Okay. Check it. I'm kind of glad they're going to be nerfing freaking legacies.
They're gonna be doing what?
They're going to be nerfing legacies.
Nerfing
Legacies.
just the legacies. Oh,
Apparently, yep. I'm actually somewhat okay with that.
well, you know.
I get both sides of the like. I have a legacy, right? So I bought
Code
a
Monkey with the
actual
Bender
one,
reference.
but like I'm completely on both sides of the line when it comes to legacies. So like they're great, but when people freaking go past that line, like melting between 15 seconds, that's just too far.
Not done yet. Get on that other uplink, team.
You know what I mean? Like it just takes away all the fun from the rest of the people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people like the ability to be Uber, and I get it.
Yeah, but why? Like when it takes away everything from the other players.
Well,
Getting a little crowded in there. Stay on that uplink.
Like I said, I get it from both sides. I completely understand both sides of the line. It's just, I guess I just appeal more to the underdogs.
and it does give the underdog something to shoot for if they're wanting, you know, they're going to have to save up to do this to get that legacy weapon that isn't made anymore. And they're and here's the thing, as the game progresses on, there's going to be less and less of those.
That's actually untrue because as it stands,
Dupers, I forgot. Yeah.
Bethesda's basically handing them out.
How are they basically handing them out?
They're selling them on the market.
Oh. On market? Like what market? I don't know about this black market.
I didn't say nothing about a black market.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
The joke is it would have to be a black market sale.
If you were to talk to Moorbase, please, he's got a very good theory on the subject. And
They're trying to They're trying to. If they were really trying to, what they really need to do is do stuff like that to get rid of the dupers. And then you can pull back into those and you know figure out a way to get rid of the duping.
Good going. Don't get comfortable. I'm getting so big and bad.
They just need to change their fucking engine. What they need to do.
No, something.
Whole lot of something.
Yeah.
Hostiles are in the area. Fire it well.
Let's see. What did we get today? Let's see. Exterminator bolt action. Exterminator pipe bolt action pistol. 1 star. Super reactor plans. Ghoul Slayer shish kebab.
Oh, did I tell you about my assassin's shish kebab I found yesterday?
I don't know. Tell me.
Faster speed and freaking +1 strength.
Hey, that's a good
Yeah.
find.
Oh yeah, that was a fucking decent little piece. I'm keeping that one for sure. I don't normally like shish kebabs, but I mean like maybe I'll find a build that I'll enjoy with that one.
Yeah, you might. What's this they're doing with the AP with chainsaws and drills now?
Oh yeah, they're gonna make those legendaries now.
Right, but they're gonna do something with AP on them, where if
Uh,
you pull the trigger and you use AP. Somebody was
I
saying
don't know
that.
about the AP, but
Hack was saying something about that yesterday.
all I know is that they're allowing them to be, they're gonna be making them legendaries now. So
I've been waiting for that for a while because I want Potato to have a legendary chainsaw, and my stream's kind of getting glitchy now. Now it's gonna decide to.
yeah, you've been cut out.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah, it's coming back now. Oh, why it's doing that every now and again? I just check my internet provider. My internet's good. Yeah. Yeah.
They upgrade your internet provider, but I don't know if that's a thing for you.
I'm at the I'm at the I'm with Xfinity. I've got the best package that they offer in the area.
But what about a different company? Is what I mean. Sorry,
We got HughesNet.
no idea what that is.
Yeah, me either. They're not like they're not a big service provider, but
Have you looked into what's his name? Elon Musk's new
Starlink.
internet?
Starlink.
Yeah.
Wonder how much that is.
A buddy of mine actually has it. Apparently, it's fairly reasonable, and he games on it all the time. He's pretty happy with it.
I'll have to look into the pricing on that because I am not made of money.
Oh no, of course not. I mean, I completely understand it. It's more of a possible suggestion where it could be something, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
More or less, I guess I'm just giving my opinion by word of mouth.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the best advice, the best things. I don't want to watch an ad where they talk about how wonderful they are. I hate companies that like I don't care what you. Yeah, I want to hear it from somebody who's experienced it, or at least somebody who's I'm like one person away from the actual end user. You know, I don't give two shits about I don't take Budweiser's Anheuser-Busch's advice that their beer is tasty. I taste it and go, no, it's shit. Give me the microbrews all day long.
Microbrews.
Well, not all of them are good, but most of them are usually pretty good because they take the time to hand select the product, the hops and barley they use, or whatever they use for their particular mash and all that when they make up their beers. So you get distinct flavors depending on what they use, what equipment they use, and how they ferment it.
Stuff.
All the little stuff.
Yeah.
There's a 1-star legendary Scorch Beast over there, but I have no fucks to give about that.
I was gonna say I totally just took it down.
Oh. Okay, somebody's launching a nuke. Where are they launching? Cranberry Bog. So now we have to go
I'm gonna guess
Earl.
right on the queen.
No, we're on the Queen. I was just saying Earl.
Earl would be not Ashland.
Yeah, no, that would be not Cranberry Bog. It would be Savage Divide.
Yeah, there we go. That's the one. That's the money maker.
Ready to initiate trading.
BL7 is gold.
How can I assist you today? Ready to exchange items.
Alright, let me get over here to your survival tent. Yours is a little closer to the mark than mine.
Wait, what?
I'm
Oh,
fast
survival
traveling. I'm fast traveling from Watoga to you, so that I can be over here for the.
Gotcha.
You have your survival tent, and why spend the caps when you and I both have a survival tent over here?
Exactly. I was like, because you mentioned the survival tent, and I was like moving it as you were talking about it. I was like, oh. Wasn't sure what you were going on about there for a sec, but I got it. Figured it out. Picking up what you're putting down.
Reload everything, make sure everything's loaded up. Persona 5.
I saw that too.
Yeah, just consider me persona non grata. Or persona or better, how about better yet, since I'm a portly man, persona au gratin.
Fair enough.
Oh, persona au gratin. I've got to quit with the dad joke shit. I'm gonna get banned for telling too many damn dad jokes.
That's impossible. Everyone loves good dad jokes.
Oh, I got her attention. I just saw that Scorch just fell out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, she's laying scorches.
She's pooping scorched out, like she's eating people, converting them into scorched, and then pooping them out mid-flight.
There's another one, but you know she spawns them, right? But normally she doesn't spawn them until she's on the ground.
I saw somebody trying to freeze her.
She just lets loose.
Little poop poop, it's okay.
Yeah. Little Ninja Turtle action happening.
I got a feeling we're gonna see this one more time.
Possibly, yep.
Don't worry about that, Scorch Beast. My goodness. I'm gonna go over here to this other Scorched Beast and see if I can. Somebody's audio over there is just staying in my ear.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love them gun glitches.
Bug Bethesda, you know.
Exactly. Fix your shit.
I keep saying this, but nobody at Bethesda ever responds.
Right? And we know they watch the streams. Like, they have to.
I made a flaming chainsaw and test server. Absolutely melted a super mutant with and those damn floating nut sacks. Nice.
Nashers? Yeah.
The floaters.
Yeah.
I think Sun and Day, I think is taking a poop. Yeah, he's taking a poop. I'm gonna leave him to it. You know, I used to put one of those porta johns outside my camp, and
What, was the mill rat?
no, I would do just the regular one, and I would put the metal letters on the outside that said "free crap" on the outside.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I would
I remember seeing
well,
that.
if I went to drop stuff that I didn't want in my stash, I'd just get rid of. We know how that goes nowadays.
The donation bin at friggin' White Spring.
Yeah, I would. That was my own personal donation. You go in there, you'd find the bags of whatever I'd left. I'd get up on the toilet and squat down, and then drop whatever I was dropping. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then leave it there for somebody to find.
Yeah. I gotcha.
It was just too funny not to.
Right?
Too funny not to.
If you're given the opportunity, don't squander it.
Exactly. Alright. Now what to do? Well, let me at least look at the challenges, see if there's anything on this. If I got, oh, I got more legendary modules that I don't need.
The modules are what you want. It's the cores you don't want.
Modules? I thought it was the
Yeah.
cores.
No, the cores are what you have an extensive amount of. It's the modules you gotta buy.
Ah, okay. I got it backwards in my head for some reason. Oh, come
Yeah, I
up.
do that every now and then too.
Okay. Mod a piece of can't be as bad as when you sit on the shitter and wait for something. About your sound. Oh, that was epic. I gotta get a new soundboard program. The other one stopped working. You weren't here for this, Shin. I would set up the porta-john and I would climb inside and just sit down on it. And I had some preloaded noises up on my soundboard, and people would walk by and I'd talk in game, be like, oh, and trigger the soundboard for a fart noise and like somebody taking a crap. And or I'd wait for somebody to open the door. Don't do it, I'm taking a poop.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
I have no
great.
words.
It was great.
It was rude.
Oh, it's like a game.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Anybody who's that damn prudish, I don't know how they're even playing Fallout to begin with.
Fuck off. I'm not prude at all.
I said anybody who is actually that prudish.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Somebody who's actually. You said you were just joking. Yeah,
Yes, but.
but
Okay.
this game is raunch in the beginning. And well, not raunch, but it's something, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for those who necessarily easily offended. So I don't expect to. Let's see. I'm gonna hold on to that Gatling laser so I don't have to make one. What level is that? 45. That's a max on Gatling laser. 45.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna hold on to that for a sec. Scrap the rest of that. Do. Oh, he's got his character dressed up like Lemmy. Oh, dressed up like Lemmy Kilmeister. Nice. I appreciate that, dude. That's fucking awesome. The ace of spades! The ace of spades! Yeah. I need to add you on my friends list because that's an awesome character. No other reason that I'm going to add them other than that. What was his name? Oh yeah, it's Killmeister. Where's he at? Come on, Killmeister 43. I'm sending that to him just because of that. That's the only reason he's getting. I don't know him. He could be toxic. Don't care. But he's getting a friend invite because yeah. Because anybody who doesn't know who Lemmy Kilmeister is, I don't know. We got issues. Wait. You know who Lemmy Kilmeister is, right? Shan.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent.
There's the third one, y'all.
Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
not running all the way back over there. I'm fast traveling. Why am I fast traveling to that? I don't know. Let's fast travel to my tent. There you go. Are you still there, Shin?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. You got quiet.
Just thinking and kind of preparing myself for next couple hours, and I think I just got nuked. Shit. Yep.
I told you that. I said the third one's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not dead. Cool.
Oh, you look like.
I survived. But I knew it was coming. I just was losing track of time because my mind was wandering.
That happens.
Oh no, I got quartered in a couple hours that I got to deal with.
I love when somebody uses the cryolator on her and she just kind of slow flaps in the midair. I'm like, shouldn't she just fall at that point and just... Oh, come on.
What is this?
The Scorpius Queen flying over all over God's creation. But just land. Oh, Lord, just land. There she is. Can't really see you through all the name tags, but that's fine. Fucking gulpers. Two-star legendary popped up. All right. I think the best picture I ever got was when she landed on one of these APC survival tents. It's probably my favorite pick of the Scorched Beast Queen, and she's laid over the back of it like she's just working it from the back, getting it doggy style. And it's just like, yeah, greatest pick ever. true. All right, go to sleep for work in the morning. I need to sleep before work. Take care. You too, and thanks for the subs again, man. You're awesome. You didn't have to do that, and you probably shouldn't have. Nobody needs to encourage this mess.
Where's my sub? I want a nice, tasty sub. Subs are very tasty. There's football subs. Oh. Oh, fine. Fuck my life. Get out of here then.
Get you some sleep there.
What's that?
I'm talking to Code. Get you some sleep there, Code Monkey. Come back when you can stay longer, or just come back in general. That works too.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
Oh, Code Monkey's all right now. I'll tell you what, he's a pretty solid cat now. I don't easily give my vote of approve, my seal of approval. Although people will say, "Well, you hang out with this person, this person, this person." Doesn't mean I give them my seal of approval. They're just somebody I'm hanging out with at the moment. Because I'm I want to see if they are worth my seal of approval. Like Jersey, I've been around her long enough to know she gets a seal of approval. You know, it takes a minute. You know, getting to know folks. I mean, I'm still gonna be civil and whatnot. Like I ain't giving Cyber Psychosis my seal of approval yet, but I'm withholding. You know, I'm gonna make sure that I, you know, do my due diligence and say, you know, how are they? You know, hold on a second. I'm firing at ghouls over here and I can't hear your response.
Sorry, my mic was running away.
So, you know, I mean, thus far, you know, as a what I got I'm good with you and Cyber. You know,
Continue.
but you know. Oh, I hear that Wendigo. Gonna go kill me a Wendigo. Alright, where are you at there? There it is.
No, I was just saying, like, I still haven't told you about, like, what's been going on with that situation on my end.
Oh, with what?
With Cyber.
Well, okay, I didn't know there was anything going on. I don't.
That's the thing.
Oh, I don't
Like
feed
that.
into the drama or anything. If you're bringing drama, you know, not, you know, if you want to discuss things here, that's fine, and get stuff off your chest and vent. That's all well and good. But you know, people try to bring drama on my doorstep, nah.
No. I don't want to bring drama to the.
No, talking about it and discussing is not okay.
Okay. I just don't want to do it on stream. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
happy to wait till later.
Feel free. I will wait till the stream's over. I may end it's 9 o'clock now. I think maybe I'll go till 10, then I'll shut her down or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, and then we'll discuss whatever need be discussed.
Yeah. I'll probably be at the courthouse by then, but yeah.
Oh.
As I said, I can wait till I'm happy to wait till later.
Okay. Well, I'll try to be on later for you.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll just message you when I get back and whenever you're free.
All right. I'll try to be free today. I've got some cleaning around the house to do.
Okay.
So it should be all right.
No, doesn't have to be like.
Seriously, just about ran out of 50 cal? Wow.
Actually, you just about ran out of 50 cal.
Yeah, I got like 40 something shots left. That's okay. I got my old faithful, the 2-shot auto grenade launcher, and I have no problems with using it to fuel my rage.
Cliche.
I need lots of stuff.
What?
Nothing that I'm gonna pester anybody else for. It's
You're not pestering me. I'm asking what you
I
need.
know, and I'm not gonna tell you because I know what you're up to.
I'm not up to anything. It's
Yeah.
more I'm just curious to know what you need so that I can prepare a little small care package.
Nothing. I'm good. Let's see. Let me see.
Welded.
Shan.
Damn you.
You know what? People don't understand me, and it's okay. I get it. That's why I used to get frustrated with the way I am, and the way I act, do, and whatnot. I used to get frustrated with people. Then I realized that this is just my mindsets, my way of doing and way of being and acting, and it's just different from everybody. Not I'm better than anybody kind of way, but
Right.
in one of those just kind of this is the way I do, and I don't raised don't be a bother, and I know people are out there being generous and kind.
Yeah.
Jay, what is up, Jay? Long time no see, man. Get your ass in the fucking chat, man. You gotta meet. Now he ain't got my 100% seal of approval, but he seems cool enough as it is. Shinigami 420. Ha ha ha! Funny internet number. So feel free to jump on in and talk. He's one of my viewers, one of my early viewers from the UK.
Okay, that's
He's young. I think he's 15 or no. Is he 15 or 16? Or somebody else maybe. He's on the younger. Well, everybody's younger to me on this in this damn place. I've run into so few people who are older than me. I did meet Mike in Kentucky as his username. He has COPD, and he is dead set that he is dying and not going to recover or have any hope for life, which is sad because he seemed like a pretty all right dude. But so that was sad.
Hi guys.
What's up, Jay?
What's up?
Welcome. Hey, welcome to the affiliates, the newly affiliated stream, man. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I've been in your stream.
Oh, have you? I can't remember who has and who hadn't.
Yeah, I just don't talk much because I've been dealing with shit.
Oh well, man, it is what it is. You got to do what you do, man. I can't fault you for that.
lurkers are the true MVPs.
You know, they drive that consistent average so that you can
Exactly.
do what you need to do and get the job done and get to that.
Hey, Worldy, guess what?
What's up, Jay?
I've installed Fallout.
Which fault? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get Jay back in here. Yeah.
Nice. When did you play last?
Forever and a fucking day ago.
I think
Okay,
it was
so-
like
A lifetime ago in Fallout time, or several lifetimes ago.
I'm not together.
That's awesome. Welcome back to the fold.
And he comes back to Daddy Weldy. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Oh,
There's I wonder how what's his name? Oh shoot, my brain has lost it today. Let's see.
hey.
Haven't seen him in a while. I am nothing. I haven't seen him in a while, but I thought he responded. I was worried about him. He was one of my early viewers, and he was one of those real private types. He just got off the internet for a while. He's survivalist type. What was the dude's name? Oh, he's from Australia. Oh, what in the world is his name? I can't. I'm having a hard time. I'm bad with names, y'all. Y'all can't be blaming me for that shit if I forget your name. It's not because I don't care. It's just that
Brains everywhere.
something like that. Hafix. Yeah, he's asleep right now. But Hafix ain't been on in a while. He doesn't get to play a lot. He works a lot. And I've seen him on playing some other games. I'm like, you turn a traitor on Fallout, man? I'm going to come over. I'm going to have to go land down under and give you an uppercut from the land down under. You know? I don't know. I was trying to make a joke out of that. It didn't quite pan out the way I wanted.
I heard.
He's an all right cat, too. He does get the seal of approval. Seriously, you gonna come pick this fight? Go and fuck off. see. I think it's time to head northwest.
What's northwest?
From where I am, I don't know, but it's that direction that I'm heading. I got some Scorch following me, and I'm probably gonna have to deal with that Scorch Beast Queen up there. That's circling above.
Well, there's no queen. It's just a regular Scorch Beast.
Did I say Scorch Beast Queen? I meant Scorch Beast.
All good.
So. Just grabbing some flora and some fauna here. And, go ahead and take care of this problem before it becomes a problem. Well, sorry, my PC wanted to reach. Oh, okay. Take your time, man. No worries, man. I just thought you were just going into quiet mode. That's usually how it goes. It's okay. It's all right. Go away, Sierra Bravo. Go away.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
My computer for some reason went, oh, you're gonna do a restart. Great.
Automatic update or something?
No, it wasn't even that. Like, I did do an update or anything, it just shut down.
Yeah, I had that happen the other day. With Shin was on, and I think it's Shin. I think it's him. I think it's his fault.
I knew that was coming. I just felt it coming.
Well, it wasn't me. I didn't turn my computer off. I didn't shut everything down, and make it all crash. And it's been and I've been doing good up until you turned up, and then my shit started going crazy again.
I am not that kind of hacker.
So you are a hacker. So you admitted that much. Careful.
I can have my moments in infiltration.
So you're white, as some people say.
Maybe.
Oh, what?
White hat, then you've got the black hats.
No, that's a whole different thing.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's nothing. You have the black hats, which are the fucking people that will just maliciously hack you.
Yeah.
And then you've got the white hacks that the hats that will show you we can do it, but we're not going to, sort of thing.
All right.
We're for the people, more or less.
Yeah.
Well,
That's an easy way, man.
why don't you hack me up some fame so I can show Hollywood how it's done?
See, I wonder whatever happened to Anonymous.
Oh, Anonymous really isn't a group. They're just people. And they just
Yeah.
happen to have common things amongst them, although none of them are really on the same page necessarily, from what I've
Not these
noticed.
days.
Some of them are left-leaning, some of them are right-leaning. It's just really kind of a... Which, they politicized themselves, so they've lost my support. When you're not looking at the moral center of things, then it's like, yeah, you lose me on that. I'm very center-leaning. People assume I register Republican that I'm some far-right nut job. They listen to my accent and they go, far-right nut job. Listen to him. He got that southern drawl. But that just ain't the case.
I was gonna say, do you blame them?
Yeah. I don't try to put that kind of assumption on anybody I meet.
Nope.
I'm leery. I'm leery about everybody I meet.
something like
Save.
that.
Too funny.
Well, I mean, I don't give my trust out lightly. My word is my bond. That's how I live.
Exactly. I feel that.
People don't get that no more. They don't understand it. It's a lost,
Art.
I wouldn't say art, but a lost something.
It's like honor. It's no longer there.
Yeah, people talk about chivalry, and but you can't say chivalry anymore because it's just, if you're trying to be chivalrous, you're toxically masculine. But I'm like, why? Because I like to open doors for my wife. That's toxic masculinity by their definition, right? Maybe it's because I'm showing her respect and value. Not that I don't think she can fucking open a door for her damn self.
Exactly.
I'm showing that I put her before me. How is that toxic masculinity? So that's the problem I have with the left and the shit they push.
Maybe it's toxic because they think you're toxic towards the men that aren't doing it.
No, that is not how they ever portray it, and it's never described as such.
Okay.
They never push it that way. That's not ever.
You're absolutely right.
If I could hear one of them push it, well, I'm sorry, we misspoke. We all misspoke. I speak for us all. I'm the Lorax. I speak for the left. And said, we meant it like this. So all you regular guys who are just nice guys who open your door for your wives and just random women because, whatever. I'll hold the door open for the elderly too because I respect their wisdom. I have a lot of respect for the elderly. They survive to old age.
Survived as a
Look, my grandmother survived to old age. She survived the Great Depression from a poor family standpoint. And yeah, she lived that Depression era mentality the rest of her life. Like pinching a penny every chance she got. The frivolous spending was a no-go. Don't even ask, don't try, because it ain't happening.
It's not necessary. Don't bother.
She's making Depression era recipes that require minimalist ingredients, but she'd throw a little seasoning on it. Now, was she a great cook by any means? No, she was not a cook. She was no. Just all I can ever think about when I think about her cooking is that pot of fucking soup beans that looked like dirty dishwater, and the beans weren't even done. It was just terrible. But she had that mindset, and she was brutally honest about everything she did, without fail. So I mean, I can't. People don't, and seeing all that, people don't understand that they want to. We're saying, okay, we say you shouldn't be racist. There's a good one. Right? No, nobody should. Do they exist? Yeah, they're a minority amongst those who are amongst a group of people. They're a minority, but they become what's used as a much like with other stereotypes to label an entire group of people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But they try to over-explain. Well, but this really, and the pseudoscience word, insert pseudoscience word here, insert pseudoscience word here, and you see, it really is this pseudoscience word. I'm going, really? I used to be a hiring manager at my store I worked for a rent-own company. I looked at their application. I looked at their resumes. All I ever looked at. Are they qualified? Do they have convertible skills? Can I, rationalize in my mind? Okay, well, let's look at they're right out of high school and they want to work for me. What do they bring to the table? What kind of extracurricular stuff? What were they into? What do they do? They play sports. What can I use? Not what's their name, so I can figure out, anything about their personal existence. Now, once I determine, okay, I like this candidate, let's look into them. Let's see how they behave on a personal level. And then you can look at Facebook accounts. But it's not an end-all, be-all. Because even if I find a perfect candidate, And I go, okay, but now I look at their Facebook page and they're talking all kinds of nasty, like they're, whatever, all kinds of hateful. Not necessarily, you interview and you describe, this here, and you ask little questions, so you're not saying, saying, hey, I looked at your Facebook, because that makes them uncomfortable, and I don't want them to know that. But, and it is a little, I didn't always do that, but you ask them questions. I would always ask questions, even if I didn't do that, which a lot of the time I didn't. I would ask questions to that effect.
Yeah.
That I would draw answers to get me the information that I want, how they behave. Give them rough scenarios where there's a morally gray area, like Fallout does for all of us.
Yep.
Give them a morally gray area to work in. And see what they say. And oftentimes, more times than not, I found that even if you went back, because sometimes my district manager would do the same thing. He would say, "Well, did you look at this about the person?" "No, really. What'd you find?" And he'd be like, "Well, there was this, and that was kind of concerning." I go, "Yeah, well, I asked them this, and this, and I'm really not concerned with them looking at their personality, or whatever, whatever reason I had to justify, because normally if it was anything like it was done, it was mostly my district manager who would look. He looked at all the hires to see all the new hires, because my store and in my district wasn't a lot of turnover. People knew it was a good job to have. But you just I look at it and I go, I want to know how you're going to interact with my customers. Are you going to make them happy? Are you going to provide what they need, what they want? And people don't understand. Like, they look at me. I never had a problem with customer service. People. I could take the angriest Karen of a customer, with very few exceptions, and turn them into happy customers. They'd leave, and they never even had to talk to a manager. That's why I ended up in the management line at a lot of my jobs. Knowing the policies that the store had and knowing my workarounds on them. So if somebody was nice to me, I could be nice right back. And kill them with kindness. People don't know how to do that anymore. People don't know how to interact, and they don't know how to deal with somebody who's toxic, truly toxic. So they just broad stroke. Everybody's toxic if you're this, if you're that. If you're this is bad. If you are this because of this trait in a minority, you are bad. The wage gap. That's a good one. 1% of men make up that wage gap. 1% of the men are the ones they're talking about. Not all of us. It's fact. You can look it up. It's 1% of the men that have all that wealth and they cause all the wage disparity. And it's sad that there is that disparity, but they're not looking to hire everybody. What in the actual... What's that all about? Oh, why am I out of my power armor? How did I get out of power armor? When did I do that? Wow. That's why I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't care, I want to know how you are. When people come onto my stream, I don't know if I want them as a viewer. Yeah. We've had some ones that Jersey gets on, and I'll trust her opinion because, she'll get out and troll on people a little bit, and they gave me a slap in the face. I'm gonna go nuke their base.
Yeah.
But she's honestly gonna tell me if somebody's being toxic, like that's just bad for any get together. But she's not broad stroking it, so I'm like, all right, well.
Better than actually doing so.
Yeah. She comes to me and says, well, it was not long ago. I tell her, invite anybody you want to the Discord. I'm cool with that with anybody. But then she came to me later and she said, okay, I invited somebody, and I don't know. I'm unable to kick them. Can you kick them? Here's their name. I go, why? What happened? She said, well, this, and this. And she gave me a list of things that was going on. And it was just not, it's like, yeah, it's not the kind of person we want here. I'm like, and I sent a message, sorry, but I don't think you're right for this community. Better luck elsewhere. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about them apart from their actions. And of course, actions speak louder than words.
I was gonna say, sometimes it's sad though that you got to go by that though.
Yeah, but like I said, I've got people that I trust for their opinion on things. I don't put anybody in that position. I don't want to put anybody in a position of moderator on here. Number one, because I'm not looking to have a big. I don't think this will ever be a huge thing. But number one, because I want somebody to feel obligated to do something, and then feel like if something happens and it's wrong that they messed up. I'll make those choices. So if I mess up, it's on me.
But it doesn't hurt to have anybody behind.
Hey, games made for you. Are they games made for you, or are they games made for me? But everything. Nobody can have a conversation anymore. It's all, and people do this feelings as facts shit. Drives me up a fucking wall. You know what I'm talking about?
There's a new STD out there called feelings. Don't catch it.
Ugh. It's all right to have emotion and be passionate about things. I'm impassioned about topics. That's fine. Be impassioned and emboldened by topics. To speak your mind with a fervor even,
Yeah.
But, you got to be prepared to allow others to do the same.
Yeah.
And greet their opinion, whether it's opinion or they come bearing proof, as A, B, C, or D. Random claims and saying, well, they perceive it, that makes it true.
Without any justification or factual evidence.
Glad I'm not the only one that sees it like that, because I've had one viewer on here who's, well, if they perceive it that way, it must be true. Perception does not make for truth or reality. It's your personal mental reality. I have been fantastic. Having fun.
And I'm kind of doing the the heist at the Vault Tech thing.
Oh, that's that's good stuff.
Yeah, but the only sad part is I've got to run into that fucking automatron, don't I?
You gotta go talk to that the professor bot up there.
I've done that.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I've done all that.
Then you do the test down in the test vault. The have you done that? You're in the what?
Yeah, I'm in the restricted area.
Go get the information off the two bots thing. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you, but.
Oh no, I've done it before.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember. I can't remember which other people that come on my Discord have done a little bit. Like I know that I was just talking about him. Hafix. He's not one. He hasn't done a whole lot. He hasn't played the game a lot. He's played a fair bit, but I don't know if he's done all the quest lines. Whereas you've clearly done all of them before.
Yeah, because I was on Xbox before I came here. So I've managed to complete it all.
So that's right. You could. Yeah, now have people like yourself who have done that, who have completed it on other systems.
And then I've came over to PC and went, you know what? I'm gonna buy it and reinstall it. Just because I like the game.
They are fun. All the Fallout games are so much replayability, and then when you're done, when you think you've done all that, you can go like, you know what, mod time.
Yeah, I've done that with Fallout 4. I've completed that about 12 times. And
I don't. Has it updated? Has the scoreboard updated? It won't do until the 14th. That was sorry about that. They're not. They pushed it back. I'd read that it was going to be on the 1st, but due to whatever reason, they pushed it back to the 14th. That's what I'm hearing from reliable sources here in the Welded fam.
There's even a link for it if you want it.
Are you able to help me with this bolt mission?
If you let me
You,
lose some weight here, and yeah, I can.
I don't even think I'm in your game.
Well, finish what you can, and then jump over here with us.
I'm gonna finish. Oh, and now that's my monitor.
Or until you get a good stopping point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it until I get to Foundation to speak to them, and then yeah.
Are you siding with the Foundation? You're siding with Foundation? I didn't know if you were siding with Foundation or Crater. Crater is the way they've done the Crater Raiders. It makes it real easy to be like, well, they're not terrible. She kind of keeps them all right. She keeps them reined in, but when she goes, they're gonna cut loose. There's gonna be a power vacuum, and everybody's gonna be ready to go and kill and slaughter and maim. And that'll probably be the end of West Virginia, unless Foundation.
Pretty kitty.
Oh, that's the season 9. All right, I'm gonna click that myself because I need to always take this. I always do the seasons. I gotta find the screenshot when they finally do the screenshot of the. Go do your school. Get the hell off of here. Yeah. You still got to show. I would always show anyway. Oh, they locked you out at that point. Okay, well, I would at least show and knock on the door. Be like, look, I showed up late, but here I am. So at least you could. At least it gives you a timestamp for that, so that's half decent at least. Well, personal responsibility. I'm all about accountability, so you got to be on point. Well, when it comes to school, I went to college too. I always kept whatever email or whatever system they use for that up and checked it in the morning, once in the middle of the day, once in the evening, because stuff changes and there's always stuff that's going on. So that's just. It happens, you miss the mark. It happens. It's not like you weren't doing your due diligence. So that makes it okay. Tell them I usually check whatever, but this was going on, and that's the thing. It happens. Yeah. To make up or whatever, yeah. 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 It makes good sense. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and they'll either be with you or they won't. Cross your fingers. There's always that. I've had professors who were just absolute dickbags. When I was with the University of Louisville, I took an accounting class because it was part. I was going in to be a. My idea was I wanted to be a teacher, but you had to have certain gen ed stuff, and I took accounting 101 and 102. That's a pair of classes you got to take. And the teacher, the professor, whatever you want to call him, the professor was literally going to class to learn, and they're not explaining anything about this, that, or the other. They're literally reading the chapter before in front of the class. That's all they're doing. It's like, well, I read it at home. I don't need you to read it again. I don't understand what's there. I was hoping you could expand upon it and explain it. Well, if you just read the chapter, I just told you I read the chapter and that I'm paying for the schooling and you're not teaching. And she looked at me and she cut me the dirtiest look. I said, you're not teaching, you are reading. We're all college students. We got through the SATs. We're all capable of reading. Can you instruct? Can you teach? Can you explain? Or do you not need to be a teacher? And should I bring it up with the dean of the School of Business? And she's like, you need to leave my class. I was like, gladly. Oh, she did not like me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if one will overtake the other, mutation-wise. Yeah, she's converted several people. She can be. You are the worst. Don't go to parties, okay? Let me tell you this now, Jay. Here, drink this. Okay. No, Jay, you stay away from parties. Anything where there's going to be. Okay, so I'm absolutely 100% correct. Don't you. Yeah. What do you use for that? Look in your recipes. True, I know that games. I know that. Um, that is true. You're always going to have good and bad teachers. That is 100% true. Without. but when you address the issue and then they continue to, they're not, they lack the ability to adapt to teach, they're no longer, in my eyes, worthy of being a teacher. Take off your well, you have, first of all, take off your starchy jeans off your perk cards. Then you take rat away, and that, or rat X, and that will get rat. Is it rat away? I got one at my camp, by the way. So that. Yeah, you could just stand in the. He calls me Daddy Weldy. He calls me Daddy Weldy. I have I think I have marsupial serum. I think that's all I got at the moment. If you I don't remember what I bought off. I've bought stuff off everybody. I don't know. I've slept since then. You. Yeah, you're right there with you, game. Now I've had some really fantastic teachers. I had an econ professor at U of L. This was back before I made the big stupid decision to quit school. The first time before I went back and got my associates in welding tech. I had an professor in my economics class. Amazing. Like he explained it in such a way that I'll never be fooled by politicians trying to say, well, this will work or this will work. The big picture is alive and well in my eyes. So, and people will say, well, this will work. No, it really won't. And he not only, and hell? I've got the game muted. How did that happen? I don't know how long that was there. But yeah, too much.
Start here.
Now everybody can hear everybody now. Shoot.
What's that?
Nothing. I just realized I had game audio muted for some. I don't know when that happened.
I haven't heard game audio for a while.
Ugh. Y'all could have said something. Thanks.
I thought it was just down low.
Sure.
Oh, I've just. Oh, you're on about your stream.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like people talking. I was like, no, I've always had that turned off. Yeah, if I go to here, go to A, and then I'll need. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put that one on as well.
Tabs available
Got
in
that.
exchange for pillage.
I've got that.
Oh, I was happy to give them to you.
In exchange
That's
I'll
fine.
buy them.
for
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm nice like that.
And so am I.
Yeah. We're welded. Hey, look, we're all welded fam here. So
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one allowed to say no to gifts like that.
That's a lie.
And even then, I have to. It's a fight in and of itself.
owned loot
Yep.
for sale. Mostly blood free.
I'm kind of harvesting the melons because I like melons.
Take what you need, brother. You're good.
Ooh, logs. Nice.
Hi, fat cat.
Hi, fat cat.
Yeah,
So,
fat cat. Just come
not
to say
welded?
hi. No, not welded.
What?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up.
What did you say? You're talking. Oh, was it a fat joke at my expense?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was.
It was.
Now you see. Now if I were one of those types, it would bother me. But you know, I make fat jokes at my own expense. So I really can't blame anybody else for doing it.
True.
I mean, there's a lot. You know, when we're making a fat joke about me, at least say, well, there's a lot to be made fun of. I mean, really go with the implications that I'm really, really fat.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Could do.
Go big or go home. Oh, see another
Go
fat
big or
reference.
go
See?
Well, did has never heard that before from his missus. Go big. It was his go home.
Oh.
Oh, now
your
she's
daddy
now
welded
she's
today.
going. Now he's going into what, dick jokes now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot I didn't have my power armor, and I've just jumped from top of building.
Ah, well. I'd
Okay,
come.
then.
I'd come and help, but you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that means that you're
but
without your chair.
but you're an ass. So you
Yeah, I
know.
I am. You are what you eat. I'm gonna go into the fucking Thornlight Industries area. This place always annoys me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just something about it.
At least it's nice out,
I
right?
still don't know what to say.
There's so much to be said. I'm just leaving it alone. See, I'm being nice today, believe it or not.
You nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes it
fuck yourself.
happens. He's trying. I'll applaud his effort, but you know, maybe
I did the
maybe perhaps more practice on the skill set of trying to push buttons before he tries to push the buttons. Otherwise, he's just hammering at the keys, and it's just not really doing anything.
I was gonna say you might want to push a little harder if you want to, any effect.
Oh no, I'm just concentrating.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself there. See how that worked?
I try not
called-
to. It hurts when I think.
I was gonna say don't burn it. Don't burn the brain too much.
Yeah, I'll try not
Don't
to.
think too hard, you hurt yourself. Bless his heart.
I got a boo-boo.
What, we got a Yogi Bear around?
No, I need my Hello Kitty plasters.
Ah.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right,
win in the
games. You have a good one, games. I'll see you next time.
Oh, what, you ended the stream?
No, games for made for you is he has to go. He's got stuff to do, I suppose.
I generally thought you said gang, and I was like, oh shit, you ended the stream already?
How often do you ever hear me use the word gang?
All the time.
Though I welded fam, gang. I don't really,
We could be a welded gang.
nah.
With the
No.
time.
Jersey runs the gang portion of this family. Okay, this family
Yeah,
operation.
True.
Like
That-
she
that I can
she
agree with.
gets she gets insulted and then goes and nukes their fucking camp.
Yeah,
Picks fights with them.
Mm.
Dogging
like
them
that
out and
time,
shit.
do you remember when we were doing the Fallout, well, the nuclear bomb shelter for me to complete it?
Yeah.
Some lad was doing it and we just walked in and she took it off him.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, she blew right past it because she knows how to get through it quicker.
I know how to do it too. I just got to turn off my camera fixation.
don't smack me, you fucking bald-headed, spiky head fuck. Yeah. No, you're dead. Goes
Tell you
wrong
what,
with
the Brits have never been one to really throw around insults that roll off the tongue. Listen to English people make fun of folks and throw around insults. They don't really roll off the tongue. Or maybe it's just not my flavor. Maybe that's what it is.
It's when they try to incorporate the American English.
Yeah,
into theirs.
our
That's when it goes all
vernacular.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Well,
I
okay,
can
that's probably what it is then. That's probably what throws me off about it.
Yeah, when they go all like UK English.
Stick to
they
calling
have
people a
no
wanker.
issues.
Stick to calling people a wanker.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you
like.
just call people the C word.
Oh, that one works. That one.
Say next Tuesday.
That one always works. With the it's always the accent that makes that one just so on point.
So natural. Yeah, it's so natural.
For
Like, we
the
don't even
British,
mean it.
yes.
We don't even mean it as like an insult anymore. We're just like,
Nope.
ah, you're a cunt.
like the American swear language. That's besides.
Oh,
actually,
well.
no, cunt is literally the only word that we have that's ugly. Otherwise, the UK
Hit 'em with the hard
English
tape.
swear words they have us beat by a long shot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Well,
whenever,
I will say that the American dialect for cursing and mockery like that gets to like I start throwing around cum guzzle. So I thought you gotta learn to flow it all together, like calling somebody a cum guzzling gutter slut or a fuck stick or a dripping bag of cow flatulence or something.
That definitely not.
best part of you dribble down your mum's leg.
There you go.
And,
That's my best one. I like
That
to say.
that one just rolls right off the tongue there.
that one's a classic. That one's got the
Yeah.
classic vibe to it, and I appreciate that.
I can be a classy man if I want to. I just choose not to
There you go.
because I can't do it.
I mean, why be so when nobody else is going to be for you?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking knobheads.
Oh, so true.
Let me ask you a question,
Which one?
Jay. How many server points do you have? Because you've watched a lot on the stream. How many server points do you? How many
Channel points.
channel points?
300.
300. That's it.
Yeah, so
Huh.
it's the generic amount, but
Okay.
well, I go in, but I don't stay long enough for it to actually register having the points. Because it's like every what 15, 20 minutes you get.
Also, that
Any-
and also the more active you are in chat.
Yeah,
Ah.
but I'm not that active in the chat because I'm always
You're always on Discord, so it surpasses it. I did throw my little welded sizzling bacon emote 3 times in there when you called me Daddy Weldy. I put that in the chat for you.
Thank you. Yeah, see, most of the time, whenever I'm in your chat, I'm generally in like business meetings,
Ah.
so it's always like on mute. But I always look over every now and then to actually see what you're doing.
Now, well, if you wanted to, you could throw on closed captions as well. Also, for me personally, I actually found a extension
God,
for
God,
Chrome
I don't even want to
that
know
allows me
what.
to auto-click.
I don't even want to know what auto caption would do to my Southern drawl. And I start saying something a closed caption would do, or whatever do with my Southern drawl, and then the shit show it could potentially cause.
You'd be surprised, actually. The closed caption that they have is very on point.
Yeah, I've seen some closed caption happen where it's just like, it just makes them look like they don't know how to speak the English language, despite their Southern drawl.
It's because they're using the wrong kind of closed captioning software.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Oh shit, this is where I needed to go.
I just like people to wonder what I'm saying, really. It's like, I'll just throw it on. I'll just like a lot of times y'all hear me and it'll start to clear up, and that's because I'm focused on not sounding so damn Southern.
Pretty sure we're always wondering what you're thinking.
I'm always like trying to concentrate on what the fuck you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's because I'm British and I don't understand Southern language.
The Southern dialect is a unique one, I will say.
I was gonna say an acquired taste.
But even then, it depends on where you from whence you come in the South.
From whence you come.
Whence you come.
I'm learned. I know fancy words like y'all. I done my schooling.
I'm learned.
I'm learned.
He definitely learned it himself.
I learned.
That's what I heard.
I got me my education. Y'all can fuck off.
That's a grown up word there, sir.
Do you know what that means?
It means your mother. That's what it means. How about that?
I mean education.
Yeah.
I like this one.
See, I throw that stuff around so y'all have a bit of fun at my expense. I do that on purpose. I don't use the word education. I'm not from the damn deep South. Good Lord. Or Arkansas.
I've got a mate who's from Texas.
I hear Arkansas, and I think Azkaban from Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's pretty well the seventh circle of hell. You go in this like this time right now. If I were to go to Arkansas, like Hot Springs, Arkansas, which number one sets on a hot spring, it's like you could literally take a butter knife, swing it in the air, and it's like cutting butter. You can literally see the waves in the air of the humidity. It's I went there once for it was a family vacation. My dad, of course, my mom and my dad are divorced, but my dad and that side of the family, we all went to Hot Springs, Arkansas for a few days, and never again will I set foot in that sweltering Seth. Like I'm in Western Kentucky, which we have a river that runs all the way around between us and Illinois there, and come around the boot hill of Kentucky. I mean, we've got humidity here, but Arkansas, that's unfucking necessary. I mean, that's unfucking necessary, y'all. Y'all need to do something about that.
Anything above 16 degrees. Oh, sorry. What is it? What is 16 in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, you gotta use freedom units on that.
Yeah, I know. I gotta use bullshit.
You mean you don't know Celsius to Fahrenheit? What was the Celsius on that? What was the Celsius?
The only Celsius I know.
What's okay? How many?
32, and negative 32 is negative 32.
What was the Celsius on that?
16.
16. It's about 60.8. 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 61 degrees.
Exactly that. That is anything above that, and
so what you were saying? Who doesn't know how to do what? I'm American.
Oh my god, mate, these people are actually fucking stupid.
You're cultured American.
I'm American and Southern. Your argument is invalid.
No, it's not invalid because I'm calling you cultured. There's nothing wrong or wrong about that.
Culture.
Well, did you want to know something funny?
It's an oxymoron to call a
His
southerner
face.
cultured.
In stop.
No, so you know today where I had the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that was an introduction.
Ah, so it was pointless.
Yeah, but they
Should've
told me it's the start of the course. Like, you have to be there, sort of thing. So that's why I've gone. Alright, I'm gonna email them to be like, look, sorry I missed the course today. Is there one tomorrow? They've emailed me back, being like, no, your course starts on the 6th. And why the fuck you writing emails like it's today?
Yeah, like it doesn't
Tell
make any
me.
sense.
It's the 6th. Like, I would generally read out the email that I got. Oh, fuck off, dickhead. Fucking bad roach.
Fuck off, you grotty little wanker.
Oh, there's too much southern in that.
Yeah, I love the English accent, and the fact that you can tell that there's a difference between, like, you get around Liverpool, and they start drawing it out like Ringo Starr, you know. And then there's the northern different dialects, different. You get closer to Wales, and they start sounding more Welsh, and it's like, yeah.
We just, to be honest, we just tend to fuck off and go shag a sheep. That's what I do.
Ah, too good. Love it. Love
What?
the fucking. I love the English language
Why?
because you
got
guys are
fun.
so crude and yet it's so finesse.
It's like cursing in French. It's just like the Matrix was correct. When the guy says cursing in French, it just rolls off the tongue. You know what I'm talking about? And was it which Matrix was it? It was the third one, Matrix whatever the last one was, the third one,
Revolution.
whatever. And they get locked beyond the door or whatever, and he's got to deal with the Frenchman. He's like, the others were whatever. And there's that big conversation. Yeah. Why is it so choppy?
I always think of what is it? Zohan. You don't mess with the Zohan.
You don't mess with the Zohan. Ah, Adam Sandler. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
I make you silky smooth.
Smell it, now taste it.
Ooh, ooh,
Disco.
ooh, ooh. Disco.
Oh, too good.
Ugh.
Anyway, sorry, you were trying to say there a couple times, Jay?
I don't even know what I was saying.
Okay, cool. Just trying to figure it out at least.
Well,
Yeah, I was speaking to myself most of it, I think. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I figured I'd,
That's
try to
some
leave that chance of
serious
redemption.
lag.
Analyzing data. Oh, you sound so posh. Fuck off. Ooh, fucking crumpets and everything. Ooh. We live in
Eat crumpets.
mansions.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I'm dissing my own fucking culture now. What is
Yeah.
this?
I mean, really.
Really, we
not-
don't actually drink much tea or crumpets.
No.
At your service,
I really
sir.
don't.
No, just the Americans actually think we do.
Right.
Think, what do we think?
That we, the Brits drink a lot of tea and crumpets.
No,
we
I
actually
know
do
that
drink
I know you drink tea. I mean, I drink tea. I'm a Southerner. Mine's just sweet and with ice, really sweet and with ice in it. Now, I know y'all have I know that I've heard that if you go into a restaurant over in England and you ask for iced tea, they look at you like you're fucking stupid.
Yep. Unless you go to Starbucks.
Fuck
Then they're really
Starbucks.
stupid. Yeah, but then they're very stupid there, so it doesn't make a fucking difference.
And not to mention Starbucks is
Good
way
lord.
overpriced.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck
it is.
Starbucks anyway.
I never.
Over-
I've never.
Their coffee beans taste like they've been over roasted, like burnt, damn near burnt. So when you do anything with an espresso shot in it, your fancy coffee drinks, it always to me tastes like hot garbage water. I know what an expired espresso shot tastes like. And there it's not it's the life the stable life of an espresso shot is like 18 seconds. So that to make it and to bring it directly to you for you to knock it back, because the caffeine that's extracted is literally decomposing at a rapid rate when it comes out of there. Unless they put it in cream, and that stabilizes. That's how you get caramel macchiatos and all these things. I used to work at a bookstore. Well, it was called Hastings. It was more of like an entertainment store with everything entertainment. And they had a cafe. They had a cafe in there. And as the assistant manager, I had to learn how to do the barista side of things, do the cafe side of things. So I learned all this stuff. And I tell you what, I took a fresh espresso shot, and I was like, "Ooh, that's nice. I love it. Hot espresso, just fresh off the thing." And I was like, "Now you have to try a dead one." Yeah, so I waited. They tell you wait 45 seconds, and then take it. I like to fucking throw up, like right there on site. Like, what the hell? Like the difference was like leaps and bounds. It tastes like drinking hot garbage juice. Like somebody like somebody scooped up a nasty bag of garbage, put it in a cup, heated it in the microwave for a second, and said, "Here, take a swig of this."
See, that's what I like, Costa.
So, but here's the thing. The beans we got were the fair trade coffee beans and stuff. We knew where they were sourced from and how they were roasted. You learn all the processes and stuff and processes, whatever, and that. And I was like, okay, so this is what it tastes like. And I drink it, and I think about regular coffee like Folgers and the god awful Maxwell House, which also tastes like it's over roasted. And then I think about Starbucks, the last time I had a Starbucks coffee, and why I didn't care for it. Because it tastes burnt. They over roast their beans. Now I may be wrong about that. But every time I've ever had it, that's always what it tastes like to me. And Maxwell House is just as bad. They're actually worse than Starbucks. I don't know how, but they are.
They're only worse because it's the lowest quality.
Give me Folgers. It's just a cut and dry coffee. I'm okay with it.
Just give me French vanilla and we'll call it good.
See, now this is a question. How do you make your teas?
Hot water.
Mm. But
You
but
steep it.
what
You
sort of
well, you can. Depends on who you talk to. Now, if you're doing a pitcher of sweet tea, it's a little different. You're basically going to take like a coffee maker and you're going to run the hot water through the coffee maker. It's kind of like steeping the bags. Some people will take them from there and put them directly in their tea to let them further steep in there with the sugar. Once they stir the sugar in, so it can further steep and absorb that flavor. It all depends on who's making the tea. We have no set standard for how we make our tea. I've seen tons of people do it different ways. But
I don't really have much that standards for much.
Well, that's awful. That's awful. That's awful arrogant. Coming from coming from someone who won't be able to own a firearm very soon. Back in your lane.
I'm not allowed to run a firearm.
Yeah.
I'll stay on this freedom train right here, Captain.
We can get firearms here, legally.
I can go buy one. I can go buy one right now and come back and from Walmart. It takes me 15 minutes to drive up there, 5 minutes or so for them to wait to process through my background check, have it in my hands, and be back here in like less than an hour or less roundabout with ammo.
Good for you.
That's the scary thing, though.
That's not scary.
It,
No,
it
that
kind of
background check, red flags, all kinds of stuff. The only way to to bypass a red flag is to lie. That is a federal offense, punishable by up to minimum of 10 years and 5 to 10, a nickel or a dime. I don't remember, but most of the people who are buying firearms in this country are not just enthusiasts; they're actively will tell you about safety. Hello, Jersey. I know I'm not ready. I'm not Jersey girls here. See, I'm not ready for your song, so don't spend your points. I know it's coming. I've got to work on it. I ain't had time. I got to clean today, so I won't have time yet again today.
I know this is stupid, but generally, how do you wave on this?
Oh, G.
G. Okay. Oh, hello. Yay. Now I can wave.
Too bad you can't
Roll
do that.
Tide Mom. Good morning, Roll Tide Mom. Welcome to the stream. I assume that you're from Alabama, since you're a Roll Tide fan there. Welcome, fellow Southerner. I now have to refrain from making jokes about Alabama. Fuck, that takes about half my arsenal away.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. It really. I got just about as much fun I can make us break a Brits as I can anybody and Canadians I can about anybody else. I mean, hell, South Park even wrote a song about it. Blame Canada. It's almost like they were predicting a tyrannical takeover of the world. Blame Canada.
Have you heard that Canada's actually made cocaine and MDMA legal?
Who did this?
Canada. They've made MDMA and cocaine legal, so you can generally just buy it.
Well, I'm just going to say, look at the numbers in Australia. They took away their guns, and their violent crimes did not decrease. In fact, they increased.
Search the lab.
The numbers and statistics don't lie, and the liberal here logic here don't fly.
Where's this fucking information?
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Where's this information you're coming up with?
If I'm not in the army tater peeling. Look up this. I'm not going to go look at the website again. It's out there. I've looked at the statistics of crime rates from the day they took away the guns. The crime rates did not increase. No, actually, LOL. What? No, actually, what? But welcome anyway. There's a fair bit of delay between me and you now because we've had my Xfinity has been terrible, and so my delay is like 70-something seconds. It's ridiculous right now. Oh, you're not from Bama? Okay, just a fan. Okay, that works. Well, even if everybody got to have a team, I really don't have a team, but that's okay. I mean, what a team? How about like sports team, Jay? Sports team. But everybody usually has a team. Well, I have UK, University of Kentucky, basketball, football. The football's okay. I really about the basketball, but and when I say football, I ain't talking about no damn soccer. Just so you know, I knew it was about that conversation's about to happen. I'm just gonna squash it now. I understand that. I understand they don't use their feet on the ball except for to kick a field goal. I understand the irony of the name or the oxymoron of the name. I'm not the irony is not lost on me.
You see how he goes off on it when he.
Oh, I knew it was. I was just squashing it before it got there because he's when you get the Europeans come in. I know. Well, wait a minute.
I was about to say.
Yeah, he was.
Because you call it football and you're fucking playing rugby. Like.
Yeah. Exactly.
How the fuck does that make sense?
I'm well aware. Look, I didn't make I didn't make the game, okay? But you don't call it baseball. You need to start calling it baseball instead of calling it cricket. Nobody likes bugs. Nobody likes bugs. I've watched King Ralph. I know what it's about.
Yeah, but fucking cricket.
I'm joking. Jay, I understand about dashing between the creases and wickets. I understand. I know the general concept of how it works. I'm not entirely ingrained in how it works. Enough, and then burning the stumps and all. I get it. I know the lingo. I'm familiar with it. I'm not entirely, like I said, I'm not a like that, and I know the differences. I'm teasing. I am from Western Kentucky, Roll Tide Mom. I am from Western Kentucky, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days.
Then apparently they're not from Bama.
No, they're not. No. Let's see. Source display capture. Where was it? There it is.
I love how there's no actual gameplay going on right now. Just
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes you get to talking and. And then y'all get me all riled up about my freedom units, and then and you'll be on that freedom train. I'll just switch it over to something even better for you there. How about that? You like that? How about that?
Freedom train? You want a freedom train? Underground Railroad.
Yeah. My family fought for the Union in the Civil War, and
just saying.
Railroad. I don't know. What the fuck
That's
that
the Underground Railroad is the path that was taken to get slaves away from the South in the fight against slavery. Harriet Tubman and all them. Yeah, all those who were fought to free the slaves and bring them to the North. They also had to fight with bounty hunters who would go out and try to reclaim said slaves and return them to their owners in the South. Sometimes they wouldn't even return them to their owners in the South. They just return them to a slave owner, and some slave owners even branded. Some slave owners, I'm not sure how accurate the historical fact, they would actually brand their mark onto the slave like cattle, so that they, when they would escape and they were returned, they knew where they went because they had a mark. So that's the horrible things, and of course, every culture on the planet has something horrible in their past.
Yeah.
Even Canada's had slaves.
Well, I mean, hell, the slave trade started over in Africa. I mean,
No,
up until
started a long time ago.
well, I'm talking Middle East. You want to talk about Middle East? They still had slaves up until like a couple decades ago. I want to think. I don't know. Tennessee. That's where
Good.
she's from. All right.
Technically, they still do have slaves. Like,
I don't know if I know how the trade's working over there these days. I don't. It's just terrible stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
slave.
whole lot of major political talk, though.
yeah,
I
but
don't.
politics
I don't
can suck-
care.
Yeah, but to be honest, politics can go suck my left nut.
Yeah, there's difference
I
between.
don't think it's never right.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, they can double tag it.
Totally.
What can double tag? What?
My left and right nuts.
Exactly.
What?
Teabag
left.
politics, basically, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
When you specifically
What-
were
what
talking about
size
what? Well, I mean, are you talking about all of it in general? Or are you picking a side?
Fucking
All
most
of it
of
in
it.
general.
Yeah.
I'd like to say there
Okay.
are some good politicians, but there are a lot of corrupt individuals out there. I don't want to lump them all together. See, I'm not going to do that lump them all together crap that a lot of people like to
There's
do.
like
That's where
1 in a million.
Yeah, so that's
no,
what
there's
I'm saying.
fair.
Is
That's a fair good one. Some of them have got punchable faces, but
Biden, Donald Trump.
well,
I can say that because fucking Secret Service ain't gonna turn up at my door. They're gonna turn up at yours.
they
So
can
it's all
show
good.
they can show up mine all they want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not a threat to nobody.
I don't know who would put a Cheeto as their president, but
Exactly. Or like someone that looks like a fucking cheese grater.
Or somebody who highly resembles Fidel Castro. Why would they do that? I don't know. Tell me, Canada. Why would they?
Yeah, exactly.
I would much rather have a Cheeto than somebody who looks like Fidel Castro.
That is a fair point. I'm still shocked this fucking wig didn't blow off in that
Back
whole
in your
time.
lane, Canada. Remember, in the Fallout universe, the U.S. annexed Canada. Wonder why they had to do that.
yes, I remember that. You're the one that taught me that.
Wonder why they had to do that.
The U.S. annexed Canada in the Fallout universe.
Yeah, I
What's
wonder.
annex?
Basically, you become an extension of the United States.
Ah.
I'm having some
Getting
lag
very
issues
choppy.
over. Yeah, it's very choppy. Yeah, but I'm not seeing any frame loss on my as far as my. I'm looking like OBS is not struggling. Somebody is a hacker doing something on here. That's usually what causes that, when you get somebody who's really messing with something.
I'll tell you right now,
Or they're getting ready to do the update because it's coming up on 11. That's probably some of it. I'm gonna go into my subterranean lair because
For fuck's sake!
What?
Okay. Our Fallout keeps shutting
Yeah.
the screen.
Where the hell is Jersey? Why isn't she in Discord yet? Jersey, what the actual fuck? Let's see.
Probably getting ready for bed.
She's she's what, 7 hours ahead of me, so she's only like 5 o'clock over there, 5 p.m. She ain't getting ready for bed.
For dinner.
She's
She'll eat at her computer.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I told you I'm not ready. JPC Musics, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Guess I need to go buy some of this here fun stuff. So there is a big delay, everybody. Just so you know, the current delay on the stream is
there's always a delay on the stream.
72 seconds. It's probably Bethesda. I think that's what's caused it. That it's messed up.
So
But I originally had some OBS issues. That's some of the problem right now, and I think that's still some of my problem.
Do you have
Yeah.
your refresh rate set to refresh
On what?
on your OBS?
Fresh rate.
Does it? Yeah. I don't know, what is that fucking shit?
Let me look at my settings.
Like when so I mean I use Streamlabs, but it's there's certain things when you use like say a browser source of sorts or some sort of outsourced like sound alerts even. I have my stuff set to refresh itself basically so that it's not constantly lagging behind kind of thing.
Yeah,
Well, are we missed those Christmas presents?
Pardon me?
I play on the
I really
PC.
miss-
I play on the PC. She just woke up. She just woke up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What was that there, Jay?
Thank you for the follow, Roadside Mom. Welcome to the Welded Fam.
When the
We also have a Discord in case you're
presents
looking for
will come
good.
around,
If you're wanting for looking.
actually miss-
Hold on a second, y'all. We also have a. I'll be right. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna speak just to the stream. We also have a Discord. It's in the bio for this channel. Feel free to join us there. We always have good info. And tell you what, I'll just go ahead since we got some people here. I'm going to copy and paste it right there. If you want to join us on Discord, you can also join me live. It's not required, but it is welcome. If you play on PC and you want to join me live in game, you're welcome to do so. The player name is the same as the stream. I keep it nice and simple. Welded Life is all it's ever going to be. If I'm on any platform, social media, whatever, it is Welded Life. So you're welcome to join me. And once again, I apologize. I'm going to change some things where I don't have this laggy delay thing that's going on. But welcome, and make sure if you go to the Discord, the rules apply here as well. I have them on the chat though, as far as in-game play. Glad to have you along. So let me get back to some audio from the goobers in training. All right, I'm back.
Ah, shit.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
well,
hi,
dude.
yeah, welcome back.
Rody,
Why you won't there, Jay?
do you want a nuclear keycard?
Put it for 100 in your vending machine.
I remember when they used to sell for like 500.
Well,
They
then
go
sell
for
it for.
about 300 tops nowadays. Well,
I'll probably put it for 150. then.
average. Like on average, they go for about 300. I don't buy anything. I don't buy them any more than 250 myself.
Yeah.
What about Flux? What's it selling for?
Depending on the color, it goes anywhere from 50 to 250. Cobalt being the highest and Crimson being the lowest.
Yeah. There you go, hack.
Miss you. You know, yeah. You can just go in there for 100. Okay. Where the fuck is TC? Mad. Okay. I didn't want that to sound mean. I just realised it was that. Oh shit, it was quite rude. I think they heard me.
What? Who heard you?
The fucking TC or whoever their name was. They joined the group lot that we've got. I'm like, who the fuck is TC? Next thing they'd have just left. I'm like, oh. That was nice of me. I must have been leaning on my control cap, the caps thing.
Okay, internal cell. Maybe it. Activate the sell it shack there. We're gonna fast travel there to see if that's what it is. I just want to see if it's just something that'll look in an area, or if it's something more. I I don't know. I'm excited. So tomorrow we're going to have definitely be doing the. I'm excited about the new scoreboard. I'll probably doing it later today myself and getting started. Eager to see. It's supposed to be what, Test Your Metal, what they're calling the whole series of it.
God knows.
But I think it has something to do with the new metal dome where they fixed it all up. Have you been up to that and seen that yet?
Nope.
Up above Monongah, that metal dome that was all kind of shambles where they were doing people versus bots kind of thing. They've actually got it all reconstructed like a group. They're called Rusted Eagles. Not so Blood Eagles. It's Rusted Eagles. Kind of interesting that they're named. You can't kill them, so I imagine there's going to be something to go on up there.
Yeah, it's Test Your Metal.
Yeah, I hadn't really checked on the name of it, but I heard that's what it was called. I don't remember who told me.
It's Test Your Metal. I just looked it up.
Oh shit, you have 2 cons?
You can have up to 5 now.
You can buy multiple slots, yeah. Like 1,000 atom.
There's the link for season 9
Yeah.
for everyone.
I gotta find the little image they put up with the schedule of events thing that they do.
The calendar.
Yeah. I can never. I'll find it in a bit. I just ain't bothered with it yet. No sense on it. Shot keep. Let's see. Let's go. Sorry, it's so choppy, everybody.
What's the ammo that you use, Weldy?
I use 50 cal and 40 millimeter 40 millimeter grenade rounds with my 2-shot grenade launcher that Hack wants so bad. Like Hack was hard up for that 2-shot auto grenade launcher yesterday. He was like, "Oh, I want it. I want it. Trade me that for this quad something or another. I don't remember what it was." Junkie's auto grenade launcher, 50% VATS, 50% damage resistance while aiming.
Check the bag behind you.
I'm gonna be checking.
Not many. I don't.
Yeah, stop it.
Enjoy.
But thank you. You need to change your username. It's still shit, Jay.
Bethesda generally won't let me. I've been trying to do the change your name on their website. And
that's a bad integration thing, is what it is. Yeah.
Like I changed it. I believe I changed it. You know when you told me to, the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I changed it then on the website, but it's just not.
I would just keep bitching at them and just like talking to them directly, like saying like the customer support stuff until they fix it.
You don't go through Bethesda anymore, though. It's
go through Steam
now. Go
through Steam. They'll be able to fix it for you. Hopefully.
It's the Bethesda to Steam integration is what it is, and it's just it's retarded. But yeah, so you talk to Steam about it from now on if you can. See if they do anything. They are
Juggernaut's auto grenade.
They are freaking more useful than freaking Bethesda.
Yeah, but they've always been more fucking useful than Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
Trust me, Steam is not much higher on the usefulness scale.
It's not higher, not much higher, but it's still better, I guess.
I will agree. It has its better side. Yes.
Yeah. Considering they actually answer you on your fucking stuff.
Well, when you get through the automated messages first.
Yeah, but then I did that with Bethesda and they never answered, and it's like.
See, I usually after about 2 messages of getting the automated messages, I usually finally get my person. So.
You just had persistence is key with that sort of thing.
Yep.
But then it gets to a point, in my opinion, it's like, alright, I've done it this many times. How many fucking more do I have to do?
Countless. Never ends. But anyways, I'm gonna take my leave because this is where I gotta go and get ready for my court. So
later. Good luck to you.
Thank you. I'll talk to y'all later, eh?
Hey, he said A.
Always.
So Canadian.
What's that all?
What's that all about?
I'll tell you what it's all about. I'm gonna boot your face.
You later, man. I love razzing him. It's so much fun. He gets so wound up. I just, yeah, yeah, yeah. All that you got to say about me? Yeah, stop. Trudeau. I win. He gets wound up. I love it. He's just like, oh, I can hear his frustration. He's seething with. I just go straight hardcore American on him, like just like, nah, you convert that Celsius to freedom units. He's like, ugh, I can hear the cringe in his voice. Oh, it's too fun.
This guy has a vending machine, but I don't know where his fucking vending machine is.
Look for the little cash register. Sometimes they hide them, or they hide them inside of a caged window or something. Junkies.
He's got the Scumpy Joe vending machine. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he doesn't even have. So he's got like 17,000 rounds, yeah. And he doesn't have the one that we need.
What kind of round do you need?
45.
Oh yeah, come here. I got 45. Hold on.
He was doing that university thing. Yeah, it ate up my 45 calibers.
Oh
To
yeah.
the point I had to use my shotgun, and it's like. See, I might generally try and. Is this an ultra sight already? I'm not too sure. Because I don't want to mess with this gun due to the fact.
You want kind of range? You need 45 or 45 ultra sight?
Just 45, please. So this one, replenish action points with each kill with that. Oh shit.
Hold on, give me just a second here. Let me get. Yeah, I do that.
Do you like the power armor I found and then just shoved it on?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Very weldy.
Welded fams take care of welded fam. That's how we do it here.
That is very true.
Let's see.
See, I need to get that nuclear first again.
Yeah, y'all saw that. I started with 16 Crimson Flux. Roll back on that video. Still managed to get 2 out of that. That's one of my.
Where do I get the recipe for the cranberry juice thing?
Cranberry relish, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
It'll be under your notes if you have it. Let me see. It'll say recipe cranberry relish. It's one of those ones you kind of. It's not necessarily rare, but it's when and where you get it. I can't remember where or when.
Yeah.
I was looking to see if I had one available. I do not. Thought I had one.
That's fine. I'm going to do my thing anyway, seeing what I actually have. Treasury bonds? What the fuck is that?
Treasury bonds. Throw those away. You go down to the main quest line down at that test storage vault they were doing for the Wastelanders thing with the what's his name that you're trying to hunt him with the Wayward stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And you go down in there and there's a piece of paper. It's treasury bonds paper. It's just a little piece of paper that they printed to symbolize treasury bonds that you could keep them stored down there for the duration of whatever.
Because yeah, I've got that much shit I don't actually need. And it's like, okay. So I'll take you. Oh, shit. You know, I'm just gonna take them all, and then whatever I don't need, I'll go put back.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of just spamming my fucking spacebar.
Hell, that's what I do a lot of times. It's 10:30. Why am I hungry for lunch all of a sudden? Too early for lunch.
Do you know something? It's fucking half 4 in the afternoon and I haven't eaten today.
Well, I have days where I'll go and go and go and then never eat.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I haven't eaten for like the past 3 days, 4 days now.
Yeah.
Just because I generally can't afford food. And it's really annoying.
Well,
But that's the kind of economy we live in now, where they up everything, like food and that.
well, here's the thing: when you start limiting the supply of oil, that's where the foundation of it is, because we have to transport it everywhere somehow. And since everything runs on oil, when you cut that down, everything goes up, not just oil. Because the diesel, to get the diesel costs through the roof, who pays for the diesel? The companies. Well, no, wait, they pass that on to you. Cost of the shipping stuff to stores, then the stores have to mark it up because they lost money, and then you pay more. Simple economics. But no. My thing is, the people want to say, oh, well, Joe had nothing to do with the inflation. Well, let's talk about how he shut down the Keystone Pipeline. How there's 9,000 drilling contracts in areas that it's subprime to drill because they don't make any money. No real business person is going to do it. And the 1,500 or so of them that are viable, that aren't caught up in the 1,500 that aren't caught up in litigation, and they're not making any new ones. Because he's not doing it anymore. He cut off the ones in Alaska and down in the Gulf. No new ones. No, we're not doing that. Because of that, there's the 1,500 there, like I said, are in subprime areas that nobody's going to go in unless they lose money. And they're not going to do it to lose money. Or it's that sandy oil grit stuff that they have to process out. There's no money in that. They'd have to absorb amounts. But of course, let's let certain other world leaders have their oil lines. Matter of fact, let's let them pipe it on in to Europe, so they can pay for it and fuel the war machine. Sorry, it sounds like stupid economics on ate a big old bowl of stupid for breakfast is what economics did.
Yeah, because it's like I'm on benefits because of my mental health, and they have cut it in fucking like half.
Yeah, inflation. But wages went up. Wages go up 5%, but inflation goes up 10%. You're still lost on that trade. Sorry.
Yeah. So the way that our government have done it is the inflation goes up, but then they've also cut the money in half for us on how much we get, and it's like we either choose if we eat that month or those 2 weeks or something, or we heat our apartment. And then either way, we're fucked, because we're either going to be in debt that we can't pay back, or we're going to fucking starve.
Yeah, then that's what they want it. They want, and what does that do? Puts people in a position where they're under somebody's thumb. They're flexing their a muscle to control. And anybody who says, "Oh, there's none of this new world order," that's a conspiracy theory. Really. Although other than the random spots where they mention it, okay, and the fact you don't think these world leaders who are in power and have been there for decades, you don't think they come together and scheme together? I mean, just in Congress alone, they have to mingle and talk with each other to barter things out in the political realm. You don't think that doesn't happen on a global scale? If you don't think that it happens on a global scale, you're a fool.
Yeah.
You're a fucking fool.
Well, there's NATO. If we
But of course, these decades-long politicians. No. But Trump had the upper hand and was doing the dirty with Russia, which has already been proven fucking fake. Ha! My God, people are fucking stupid. I mean, the laptop had stuff on the lap on a certain son of a certain politician laptop proven to be legit and compromising to his integrity as a leader in the world. Then you got, what else was there? Let's see. the fake Steele dossier, which was proven on multiple occasions to be bogus, bunk, fake, false. And let's see, confessions during a certain trial that nobody was watching because all these things started magically happening at the same time because HRC's name was brought up. Huh. That's not suspicious or nothing. Nah, they don't conspire. No. Media Matters, which regularly puts out blast pieces on their enemies or enemies of, the left. No, they're not funded by George Soros, who pumped all his assets into a charitable what was it? Charity, not charity, but I found one of those, it's a way for him to protect his money because they can't go after a charitable organization like that because it's not his money and he just dips into it as he needs to. No, Davos and all that shit. Yeah, no, nothing fishy going on there. Nah, that's all up on the up and up, I'm sure. Not that the pre beer bug, a certain Speaker of the House, his husband bought a lot of stock in certain jibby jab companies. No, that didn't happen. Oh, well, wait, it did. How many? Yeah, inflation's inflation, Jersey. Inflation's inflation. It hurts and affects us all. Anybody and all people should be bitching about it. It affects everybody worldwide, not just me, not just you with the $8 over there, or in the UK with Jay. It affects everybody from the ground up. That's a foundation because we transport goods. We're not a local local farmer market culture right now. We have taken the farmer and forced him into the capitalist market, which is not a bad thing, and said, you're going to ship your goods here. You're going to ship your goods here. You don't have a farmer that tends to everything in one area that you know of. I tell you what, I do know cattle ranchers here in my area. I know farmers. I know farmers who sell at the farmer markets. I know all of them. Why? Because the big shipping to maintain goods at all stores for like Walmart, it only takes one big nasty delay of goods or shortage to make it all fucking start to suck real hard. That's just all there is to it. And if you don't run your mouth about it, there ain't nothing. It's not brought to the forefront. It doesn't get any attention and it doesn't get fixed. So you bitch, you complain, you run your mouth until it gets fixed. That's why I say what I say. I don't give two fucks if Twitch wants to come on here. They had the big dogs. Oh, you're saying stuff. I can back everything up I say with factual, statistical evidence, or I can go straight to the laws and anything. They're welcome to challenge me. But until they come on here and say, I'd like to challenge this before we do this to your account, they could fuck right off. And I'll say it with a smile.
I had a go at Twitch last time I was live because they came into my chat because something happened.
I don't know who somebody told me about Shin's supposed to send me a list of the bots that I'm supposed to get out of my thing. I don't know what that's all about.
It just helps you with your stream.
I don't want help.
It's not like help, but it's just it makes it easier on your end.
No, I don't want any of them. They can all go away.
The only one I have is mainly Nightbot and the sound alerts.
What's the minimum wage over there, Jersey? A quick question, because that also is pertinent to the balance of things. And what is your, generally speaking, your let's say for the minimum wage, if they're working 40 hours a week, what is the tax rate they're paying? Because I can tell you what it is here. I know it's about 28%. On, well, it was 28% back when I was making $7.50 or less an hour. I started on $5.25 an hour. That was my first job, making $5.25 an hour. People look at it and go, what? Yeah. Working 20 plus hours a week.
Yeah.
But
What you doing, Cody?
what am I doing? I'm standing in my camp. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Trying to help me with this quest, or
Let me drop some stuff in this bag you left over here. Let's see, I just drop stuff. Let's see.
oh yeah, it's just junk.
Yeah, I knew
Okay.
that internet fuck was about to go. Let's see.
I've heard back from the people about my email. But no
Oh,
worries, Tony. Yeah, they just went, no worries, just come on the session on Monday and we'll get you set up. Cool.
cool deal. That's good. See, good
It's
communication
not even
skill.
like yeah, it's not even like they tried to call me. Because I
Where
haven't had anything.
where are you?
Hornby. Near the mining area. Black area of the map.
I'm fast traveling to you. I'll come on down there and give you a hand.
Thank you. Because I'm kind of getting ass fucked.
Work has changed our schedule to save gas, but wouldn't take into consideration that when I have my kids. Yeah, well, see, I mean, and people go, oh, I've heard the arguments from the other side, and I'm going, look, I've not supported just because I'm registered a Republican and I consider myself a libertarian conservative. I'm somewhere in that mix on the right, center, moderate, because I believe in people should have their rights to do what they please to a certain degree within reason, as long as it doesn't affect me, my belongings, and my loved ones.
What the fuck is this? Who's mushroom?
Yeah, so I mean, that's why the complaining is happening. Where are you at? Where did you go?
I'm still where you said that you first traveling to me.
I did fast travel to you, but you had moved. So now I got to run to catch up.
My bad. Sorry.
It doesn't work if you disappear on me. And it also helps so I have time to put my power armor on. Hold on a second. I'm about to do something stupid. Wouldn't be the first time, but probably won't be the last. Ah, damn blood bug. Get off of me, bastard. Fucking bugs. Here I come. Closing in.
Yep. See, can people just fuck off? Not being honest. For one day.
If you have any interior cells, I have to make you the leader before I can follow you in, because you have to enter as a leader for me to follow.
Yeah.
And who was it? You that shot some poor kid in one of the mines?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I thought so. You shot that poor kid. Well, all he wanted to do was not be ashamed and go back to live in peace and foundation. Then you shot him in the damn face.
Yeah, it's because you're shooting at him, so I was like, you shot him in the head and he just exploded.
I can't affect your game. Oh, you shot him in the fucking face, you horrible person.
Sounded like a bitch anyway.
I mean, he was crying, but then again, he accidentally just blew up everybody he knew.
Idiot and blowing everyone up. Ain't no. That's like me going over to you and going bang, and you could just stop. What?
Right. But I mean, there's only so much accommodation you can make before it's not effective as a business to make accommodations for these inconveniences that have been caused by this inflation. At some point, the businesses go, no, it's not cost effective. It's not doing us any good, and it hurts the company. And if the company ain't there, you ain't got the job anyway. So might as well just do what they can do and then ride it out. All right, you need to go. Wait! Don't go into that. Are you going in?
Yeah, I'm going.
Hold on. Let me go to. I gotta make you the team lead. Alright, I have made you the team leader. Now you can.
Thank you. And now I can activate the key card, and then we go in. And if it'll fucking let me, there we go.
Here I come. There we go.
Are you able to
Uh,
help with the what's it called?
With what?
Bolt heisting, because you've already
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah, I can help.
Oh.
I think it'll let me come along.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Are you coming in
it's,
here? Are you? Did you get done in here already?
Yes, invalid acts. You have to go down there to go to the activation keycard thing. They say it's invalid, then you've got to go look for a valid one and then go back down there. So I don't know home like.
Oh, because you just dragged. Okay.
Yes, I didn't realize it was this bit. If you know what I mean.
Ah.
Why the fuck you not opening? Oh, thank you.
Bugthus has got me loading. Loading screen of will it ever work? Everybody's talking about the blue screen of death, and I'm talking about the loading screen of will it ever happen? I don't
Is it
know.
over here? What? It's saying it's right here, but it's not. Oh, it's up there.
You need to go top floor. Oh, you need to go top floor.
Yeah, it told me that I had to go to middle floor, like ground floor. So.
Open her up.
Yep, try and just need to try and access. There we go. Top floor.
Top floor.
Okay, now this is where we get fucking attacked.
Hold on, hang on. Just let Big Daddy Weldy go out here and do this for you. Let me clear it out a little bit here. All right, let's start with the bottom floor. Let's clear the bottom floor first. Get back down here. We're going to clear floor by floor, and then we'll go on to...
That room's clear. That I just went into. And you're just fucking walking around blowing any person up. Nice.
This is where this goes.
Kitchen.
One of these rooms is her room.
Yeah, that's the room that I've got to find. It's over. It's this room, I swear. And then it's we go through this door. What the fuck?
There's multiple steps here that you'll have to take.
Yeah.
What they are, I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
I'm on the second floor. Where the fuck is it? Is it you? Nope. I'm just opening up every single door. Oh, I know where it is. Follow me. If you come to the middle floor, because this is where it's gonna get tricky for me. There. And that's when I stand out the way. Let you just deny me the bitch. Could you?
Make sure you get pictures when we get down to this big plane up here. You won't get a chance to really... You won't find it anywhere else.
Yeah. You take a quick photo then. Photo mode. Oh, actually, I've got a better idea. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. I saw you like jumping up there, so I thought, oh, that's actually a good idea.
I want one too.
Let me. And then go to here, go to here.
Reposition. I got my photo now. There we go. Little team photo for us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team photo.
Now there should be a briefcase sitting somewhere if you're looking for.
Yeah. Would it be in this shulker thing? Nope.
No, that's the end of Dungeon Steamer Trunk. That's all that is. But there's a little like briefcase that they're sitting on a table somewhere that's got something in it. I don't know if it's what you're looking for or anything like that. You got a big old bear here.
Because it's telling me that I've got to go back down. Oh shit, okay. No, I realised why it's telling me to go back down. If I go to data. Fuck off. Oh no, it's still telling me to go back down. Get access key from get an access key for the safe room gate. Okay, but where's the
Say
key? 'Cause I'll
access
go-
key. You may have to. Okay. What you want to do is get the resume off of Hornwright's daughter's terminal. Then you're going to go to down to Charleston to the Hornwright HQ, and you'll
I've already done all that.
you done all that and got the senior ID.
Yeah, it's just not letting me into the safe room for some reason.
Uh,
And if I go downstairs, it will tell me to go back to the top. Oh shit. Okay, thank you.
huh.
But it's just, yeah, it's a weird one.
Can you unlock that, or do you need me to?
Oh, dear.
I got your back. In case something pops out of one of these.
Cool.
Should be about all the surprises over here. I don't think anything else is going to open up.
There we go.
Do what I do,
Okay.
just loot everything. That's what I do.
Yeah, thing is, I don't have Fallout First anymore, so I can't really have the space for the scraps.
Wait a minute.
Pack of cigarettes now. There's something we are missing, ain't there? Like, I'm not being stupid, am I?
No, there's something that you're missing. I can't remember this particular one.
I think it was screws that you were buying off me.
Was it? I'll buy oil off of you right now.
Yeah, well, I'll sort it all out after we've done this shit show. It's annoying that my torch won't work in this power armor.
You don't have a helmet on.
No, I know. So I'm
Okay.
kind of like
No.
wandering in the dark.
All right. Let me a second.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I gotta finish. All right, I'm back.
Hello. Welcome back.
I gotta finish this mission quick because I got things to do, and the wife is up and about.
If you need to go, you can.
Oh,
go.
so you've got everything out of the suitcase over here. I found it.
No, I haven't even seen the suitcase.
It's a black suitcase that over here on this table.
Let me try and make my way out to you.
Oh, I'm getting a lag spike. Ugh.
Yeah, I hate lag spikes, especially when you're streaming, because mine shut my OBS down.
Yeah, it does that some on mine too, but it's like my OBS doesn't seem like I look at the KBS and it doesn't do anything. This little black.
Let me out.
Huh? I don't know what it is then that you're supposed to get.
It is telling me this is the area though. Like if I go down, but it's just.
What is it you're supposed? I say read it. Read what it says for the mission log.
Okay. So, after entering the basement, I noticed another access keycard is required in order to get past a gate and a laser grid. I should see if there's. If I can
You
get
need to
one
go to
upstairs.
Hornwright's terminal. Hornwright's his personal terminal. That's the one you need. You need his at this point, because he is the one that has. Yeah, this terminal. That's Penny Hornwright's. No, that's not it. That's the one where you get the first. This is the one where you get your how you get your first one here at Penny Hornwright's desk. Is that right?
I think so.
Well, you need to find
no.
it.
Right. Oh shit. Would it be wood? Tree. Cried. Eagle. No, fuck's sake. Where's our password?
Hold on. I'll hack it. I'm pretty good at
I don't
this.
even think I can access it after you've hacked it.
There you go. It's hacked.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Daddy Weldy got you.
Yay, Daddy Weldy.
I get my camera out from this one.
There we go. And then activate. I need to fucking drink before I pass out.
Now it's going to tell you that it's going to ask you for the password and you don't know what it is. You're going to go around.
I've done that.
Okay.
My luck's 12, so I think that is everything done there. Get past the safe room gate. Okay.
Are we back to the elevator yet?
Yep, back to elevator. See, the briefcase must be from something else then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's from... Shit, what's that from? I think it's from the horror... what is it?
Did you just shoot at me?
No. I misfired.
I wonder if I shoot her, does it kill her?
I wouldn't test that.
This room is a lot less safe than I expected. Breach procedure?
This is the Motherlode quest line.
Yeah.
Now, wait just a minute. You can't just barge in here, robot. Motherlode? Oh, of course. I see. This must be some sort of failsafe directive now that I'm back in this area. How fascinating. Wait, how is it that you can speak now? You didn't say anything when I came across you earlier out in the wild. You know, you're quite terrifying.
Default audio device safe room loudspeaker is active and hardwire connection has been established.
Of course. You mustn't have a built-in device. I guess Daniel decided you didn't need a voice unless you were speaking to him. Typical.
Senior Executive Daniel Hornwright is not detected. Please provide a location for discovery and retrieval.
No. Father, Daniel, has been gone for a long time.
Yeah, if you need that off, you can. You know that.
I'm looting a few things.
Yeah.
Since I'm here, I don't have a key to get in here anymore. So.
Oh, don't you?
I don't think I do. I may have it. Just put it in my.
I'll accept.
Failsafe procedures complete. Debug mode is now enabled. Doctor, please evaluate all secondary user changes before submitting.
Oh, you there because you're actually gonna make me shoot her?
Secondary use. Is that all? I assume from that Pip-Boy on your wrist that you're from one... I don't understand. What do they want with a No, I just saw it. There are plenty. Otherwise, you can... Lovely. Well, also... I'll install it...
Oh, what the fuck do I need to do?
I have not the
Collect
fog.
Pip-Boying. Oh my god.
There you go. Here's-
I need to go
Oh, no.
to some place. My head hurts.
Alright, I am going to fast travel back to my camp at this point. And I am going to have to talk to you later, alright, man? Later. Alright, folks. That is it for me. I apologize that we didn't get to do that today, the scoreboard. I will be on, hopefully, what's it tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. I will try to be on tomorrow. What time, I can't tell you. I will try to be back on again tomorrow so we can do this again and actually work on the new scoreboard. I'm eager to get it started. So y'all have a blessed day, and I will see y'all then. Well, if I can get the right screen.